Hello! Happy Thursday and welcome to Sirdork Live. Hope you guys are doing amazing. This is the show on my YouTube channel where we talk about toy photography and talk about all of the best stuff in the whole world. And everyone who's here, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, it's gonna be a great night tonight. It's gonna be really, really great. I see F-Stop is here, Will is here, Fight or Flight is here, Sam the Man, DJ Tony Mini Pizza. What's up, DJ Tony Mini Pizza? Jake's World, Sonar, Snapphase, Geo Games, Mao is here. You guys, thank you so much for taking some time out of your very, very busy Thursday night to hang out with me and to be here with me tonight. Seriously, like, I know I say thanks for being here all the time, but I actually really do legitimately, like, really appreciate you guys being here. So thank you guys for being here. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Scarlet Kid, how's it going? So yeah, today is going to be it's gonna be a very laid back, very nice stream tonight. I just got a bunch of really great questions that you guys have sent in to me through Instagram, so I'm going to be just answering those, and a lot of really just great topics basically to talk about. Like, you guys always send in such awesome questions that just lead to these really great just topics basically to talk about. And I also have a couple quick giveaways that I'm going to do. And actually, you know what? I was writing down trivia questions for the giveaway, and I only wrote down 2. I meant to write down more. And so I'm gonna have to come up with some in the midstream, but that's okay. I think I've gotten okay at improvising at this point, so cool. So it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be good. Gary Bennett, how's it going? Jasper. So Jasper says, "I'm not busy. I'm okay. I'm only 10 years old." Hey, you know what? You could be very busy at 10 years old. So Jasper, I don't care if you're 10 or 100. I appreciate you coming to check it out. I really appreciate it, Jasper, and everybody else. An action figure multiverse says, "I'm trying to enjoy my days off. Just got a job starting next week." Well, congrats. That's fantastic, fantastic. And Shiva says, "Drops everything to watch a Sirdork stream." That's so cool. Thank you. So actually, I have 3 members that I have to thank before I get into any of this stuff, because it's been a while since I've actually done a live stream. I've been pretty behind on YouTube. I've been super busy. I've been like really, really busy. And one of the things I've been busy with is, the Toys in Action, which is the toy photography con that's coming up very soon. It's actually like a month away. A month from yesterday, it will be happening. Wow, that's crazy. Hey, Harold, how's it going? And so there's been a lot of work on Toys in Action, which is going to be really great. Man, I feel like I'm super like overexposed right now. Why am I so overexposed? But maybe I need to switch this. Hang on. Is that any better? It's a little bit better. But yeah, I've been super busy with Toys in Action. I've also been doing this crazy project that I'm actually legally not allowed to talk about. It's nothing that crazy, but it's been it's been taking over my busyness, so that's why I haven't been able to put out anything. And I was planning on putting out a YouTube video for this weekend, and that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So the YouTube video is gonna be next weekend. It's gonna be a very long-awaited video, and that will be just toy photography and how to create effects with water. Just different kinds of water effects, different kinds of settings, how to do it, easy ways to do it. So it's gonna be really great. It's gonna be really, really awesome. Oh, Plastic War says, "And Jared Middleton, are you going to do another giveaway like you said you would maybe every stream?" Did I say every stream? Is that what I said? Well, it's definitely not going to be every stream. But I am going to do a little giveaway today. I am going to do a little bit of a giveaway. Mao says, "Speaking of Toys in Action, will there be any Toys in Action content on YouTube? Would love to see some videos." Yeah, so I actually have a really good friend of mine who is a videographer, is a photographer. He agreed to basically document the whole event and videotape and take photos the whole time. And so I'm going to have a really cool kind of, I'm sure he'll create something amazing, like a mini kind of documentary about the event, kind of similar to the toy photography immersions that I did back on YouTube. So a lot like that. And There's going to be some panels happening too, so I would love to see if it'd be possible to live stream some of the panels. That might be on Instagram. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I would really like to do that because there's going to be some really cool content happening during those panels. So I would really like to document those so other people can see those. Will there be a live of the event? Yes, Stephanie. That's what I'm hoping for. So first I do have to thank a couple of new members that they're not so new anymore, but it's been a while for me to that I haven't really had the chance to show my official appreciation. Oh, holy crap! Mech Dio just joined the membership. Mech Dio, thanks so much, Mech Dio. That's a cool name, by the way. Thanks for being one of the members. So, just like what Mech Dio did, holy crap. If you'd like to become a member on the YouTube channel, all you have to do is right underneath the video here, right where you usually would say subscribe, there's a little button that says join, and all of the perks and stuff that you get for joining the membership is all right there. And also, if you just go to the YouTube channel under membership, it's all right there also. So, Mech Dio, thank you so much. So on the next live stream, you'll be getting a shout out, just like these guys will. So first, what I'm going to thank here is to Cox Create. So Cox Create, you are awesome. Thank you so much, dude. I love this Wolverine shot of yours. That's why I chose it for this. So much going on here. It's right here, baby. And also, Cox Create he bought and got a table for Toys in Action. He was going to be selling some prints and stuff for all the great photographers over at Toy Talk. But he said he's not going to be there, so what he's going to do is kind of like just have he's going to send me a bunch of photos and prints so I can just lay them out on his table, and then anyone who's at the con can just take some beautiful prints for free, which is so cool. So that's awesome. So Cox Create, thank you for everything you do, my friend. And yeah, you are awesome. And also I got to thank William, who is right here in the live stream. William Taylor, or other known as William Wise 518, and 518 is my area code because him and I actually don't live too far away from each other. And so William is also going to be at Toys in Action too, which is just ridiculous. It's going to be so awesome. He agreed to kind of be the guy who's at the table for the Diorama Toy Shooting Center. So we're going to have a little center of with a bunch of dioramas all set up, so anyone who's at the convention can actually come up and shoot, take some photos, mess around, and pose figures with these beautiful dioramas. And William's going to be there. He's going to be the guy running the table and just keeping an eye on things, and I'm really grateful for you for doing that, man. Seriously, I really, really am. And this is also a fantastic shot of his, just amazing. I remember he said he reposted it because it was something he was. Did I tell him? I feel like I remember telling you that you should repost this shot because it's just so dang good. Such an awesome shot. So Mech Dio is saying it's Dio as in Ronnie James Dio, so not like Dio. All right, Mech Dio. Thanks for being a member, Mech Dio. And so yeah, William, thank you, dude. And also gotta show some love to the Boy and His Toys photography. Thank you, the Boy and His Toys. You are awesome. I absolutely adore this shot. The ripples on this are actually real on this shot of his on Instagram. You can see the behind the scenes. So the water is fantastic, and he's always participating in the live streams and the challenges that we do in it. So yeah, the Boy and His Toys. Thank you so much, you guys. Everybody, you guys are all awesome. So to all the members, thank you for joining. And for everyone who's here, who's a member or not, I seriously appreciate it. And you know what's going to happen is I'm going to click this button, and this is going to pop up, and which is not supposed to happen. But yes, so let me get into the stuff that I plan on giving away. So I got some cool stuff ready because I'm going to have a little table, like a Sirdork table, basically at Toys in Action. And I got some new stuff to have at my table so that I can sell prints and stuff like that. But I got these really big full-size posters that are like legit posters. And I'm really excited about that. And RJ Stubbs says every time. Yeah. Maybe I should just not try to remember anymore because it's become part of the charm of the show. But one of the things that I got that I'm really excited to have at my table, I got these really cool prints that are like basically they're postcards. So here's a Spider-Man one that I did a while back, and so on the back says Sirdork on it, and it's like a nice little cardboard. So it looks really good. So if there's a come on. Spider-Man and Venom. And then, of course, we got Superman. And we got Toxin. My kitty Toxin fighting some stormtroopers. And so, yeah, these all have it. Yeah, so they're really nice. I really like these. And we have Goku with a giant Dragon Ball. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So that's awesome. And we have... the man himself, Dark Vader. Dork Vader. So yeah, those are the different ones I'll have, and I'll have different sales and stuff for them at the show. And so I'm going to give away some of these today. Thought that would be kind of fun. Sam the Man used the Venom emoji, which Venom is right there sitting in his little box. So he's looking at me right now. If you'd like to come up, you can, buddy. So we'll see if that happens. So yeah, it's gonna be Action Figure Multiverse says, I'm new to the action figure scene. Where and what is this event? So actually, it's the first ever toy photography convention. It's gonna be like a Comic-Con, but for toy photography, which is awesome, right? It's so cool, and it's the first one ever, I think. And it's going to be awesome. It's in Saratoga Springs, New York. So if you're anywhere in the area, would love to see you there. Action Figure Multiverse. Would love to see you there. Sonic Burst, thank you so much, dude. So, yeah, I'm going to give some of those away right now. And I have 2 questions right now. So what I'm going to do is I'll just ask a trivia question. And... I'll ask a trivia question, and the first person I see in the chat will be the winner. And then I'll just have you send me a message on Instagram, and I will send out 2 of these. So any 2 of your choice. So you have either Darth Vader, Goku, Toxin and Stormtroopers, Superman, blocking my punch, or Spider-Man and Venom fighting. Sorry about the glare. So those will be your choices, and you get to choose 2, and I will send them to you in the mail. And probably throw some other stuff like a sticker or something in there too. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Mario says, "How do you enter?" You're here. You're already entering. So I'm gonna ask some trivia questions, and yeah, the trivia questions are not anything super. They're nothing crazy. They're all researchable, and yeah. So I'm gonna go off and give my 2 questions now. Then later on in the stream, I'll do it again, and think of some other questions because I didn't really think of any other questions. I'm surprised I even made this live stream on time because I've been all over the place today, all over the place. All right. So the first question, the very first question is, and I'm looking right in the chat, so the very first person to put the correct answer in the chat, I'm going to be looking for that. Ben, how's it going? Ben, my man, Action Photography. Here we go. What is the name of the diorama builder who recently donated a diorama to Toys in Action to take place, to be on the floor? It was posted on the Toys in Action Instagram recently. So what is the name of the diorama builder who made this convention? All right, I'm ready. What's the name? What's the Instagram handle? How's that? What's his Instagram handle? What is his Instagram handle? He might even be here right now. I don't know if he's here right now. All right, some people are saying a guy. Someone said IDK. Someone said Sam, Jake, James, just throwing different. A dude. He is a dude. This guy is a dude, yes. And I'm looking for his Instagram handle. I mean, all you got to do is just, oh, okay, Snapface. Snapface, you got it right. You got it right. Snap phase. It is insightful imagery. Yes. Snap phase. All right. Didn't you just say, Snap phase, that you were like not going to participate? Was that didn't you just say that? But Willie, yeah, you were so close. You were immediately afterwards. Good job, everybody. And I appreciate everyone who had zero idea of what it was. They were still just throwing guesses out there anyway, just because. I appreciate that. Gary Bennett says there's a Comic-Con in Watertown, New York, too. All right, cool. That's not too close. I actually just was in Waterford today. So, yeah. But Snap Phase, yes, you win. It is insightful imagery. Sonic Burst said it wasn't guessing. Sorry. I think I got mixed up between you guys. So Snapface, send me a DM sometime today, and I'll get this stuff. Oh, he's in Australia. I don't want you to pay postage here. You can give it to William if he's. You know what, Snapface? I actually just sent a. No, I'm gonna send it to you. I really. You're being very honorable for sure, but I'm still gonna send it to you over to Australia. It doesn't cost very much to send an envelope to Australia. I just sent I sent over something to Australia to Bruce at Aussie Action Figs because he won something, and it didn't cost too much, so it's really not a huge deal. I'll just put it in the envelope, write down the address, give it to the post office. It's only like $1 or so. It's just an envelope, you know. So it'll be good. It'll be good. All right. So good. Thank you everyone for participating. I have one more question, and what I'm gonna have to do is just come up with some other questions throughout the stream and ask them. So, yes. All right. So the next question is, and if you were listening earlier, you will know this. If you were listening earlier, I did actually say this. What is the date of Toys in Action? What date is it? What's the date? You don't have to say the year. It's this year. What date in 2022 is Toys in Action happening? What's the date? All right, here we go. Sam the Man, you were first. June 18th. William knew it. June 18th. Fight or Flight, June 18th. A lot of you guys were really close. June something. It is on June 18th. So, Sam the Man, you are the winner. So, yeah, I'm just going to send these out to you. And so throughout the... William, I will literally see you in person, and I will give you like as many of these as you want for free because you're running that whole table, you know. So you don't gotta worry about that. RJ, why do I keep thinking the 19th? I don't know. Maybe the 19th will be a special day. I'm not sure. But those are the only 2 questions I'll do for now, and then later on in the stream I'll do some more and I'll send them out and. That will be cool. I got to think of some questions, though. I'm looking around me as if. Oh, I got an idea. Okay, I got some stuff. I got some ideas. Oh, Jake said it's on your birthday. Well, happy early birthday. So that's pretty cool. Jamie Hill says on the 20th, I'm getting a new wheelchair. Oh, first of all, that sounds really amazing, getting a new wheelchair. I didn't know you were in a wheelchair, Jamie. And I'm just going to say you are awesome. And I hope the new wheelchair that you get is, like, the most comfortable, amazing wheelchair ever. Okay, William says do some hero-related questions. All right, maybe I will. The only reason I usually don't do questions on, like, different IPs, like Star Wars or superheroes, is because, that's if somebody were to ask me like a Transformers question, I'd be like, Optimus Prime, you know. Sam, I'm gonna send it to you, and don't you worry, William will get one too. You guys are all incredibly generous. Like the fact that everyone's always trying to give away their prizes. Sam, I'm gonna send it to you, and so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, and don't. It's gonna be great, and don't you worry, William will get some too. I'm so glad you guys are just excited about these little Sirdork things. I am quite proud of them. I feel like they look really cool. and I will sign them too. Not like that will add any value to them, but I will just for fun. Okay, so I do have a bunch of questions that you guys had actually sent in to me through Instagram, and I'm just going to go through and answer them. And then also in between, I'll just go into the live chat and just answer some questions, whatever you guys have as well. I'll kind of go back and forth, and yeah, that's going to be great. So let me go over here, and this is the first one here. So here we go. And yes, these are just screenshots from my phone because I still haven't figured out a good way to pull up those questions that you submit through Instagram on my computer without just taking a screenshot. Oh, so actually, you know what? DJ Tony Mini Pizza, only because I love your name, DJ Tony Mini Pizza. He asked a quick question too, and he says, sorry to bother, is it convenient to buy loose figures? I would say if you're ever finding a figure loose that you already plan on opening, and you want to use it for toy photography, yeah, I prefer to buy them loose. Just because, yeah. Hey, Lucan, how's it going? So yeah, I would say yes. As far as loose figures go, I like to buy loose. If I find something loose that I want, I'll be like, sweet. And most of the time, it will, most of the time, you'll pay a little cheaper. You'll pay a little less too. So yeah. CJ, how's it going? Okay, so the first question here is from Fulcrum77 here on Instagram. Fulcrum says, what do you find is your biggest challenge in toy photography? There's definitely a lot of challenges that I think we probably all face. You know, there's challenges like, you know, you take a picture you're proud of, you post it, and you didn't get the response or the amount of likes that you liked or something. That's always a huge one that everyone I think struggles with, including myself. I sure have had a lot of struggles with that. But as far as that one goes, it's just a matter of posting it and loving what you do because it's awesome and not for the amount of likes. And that is something that won't necessarily come easy to everybody, but after a while it will. After a while it will. And actually, we had a lot of great discussions about that on one of the previous streams about the challenges. But my biggest challenge, at least just for me, my challenges they change quite often. Like they're always changing. You know, for the longest time, it's like I wanted to make the best explosion, and you know, I feel like I've gotten my explosion stuff down. I feel confident with that now. That's not I don't feel like that's my biggest challenge anymore. But my biggest challenge is, and this is something I've been trying to work on a lot this year, is making very what's the ideas for photos. So it's not just like I could go out and take a great photo or that sounds very pretentious. I could go out and take a photo that I'm happy with, you know, that's it. But I want to create a really great story and a funny idea or a great concept within the photo. Not just like it's more than just like taking a photo that looks cool. I want to take a good photo that tells a story and has an interesting concept going on that makes you look and think and go, oh wow, and maybe laugh a little bit. That's my biggest challenge, is coming up with ideas like that you know, it's not just a pretty photo, but it's also tells a story. Like for instance, like this, Darth Vader. There is not really much of a story going on here. It's just pretty. It's just a cool explosion with cool poses and stuff blowing up. Not much of a story going on there, and that's okay. But that's okay. And so what I'm trying to do, what else do I have here? Actually, you know what? None of these really have much of a story going on. So, but for this one, with Toxin, there's a little bit more of a story. There's a little bit of an interesting concept happening where it's like, oh wow, look at these tiny figures are battling this full-sized cat. Like, whoa, that's funny. Like, there's stuff in there that makes you think and, you know, gives you a reason to relate to. And that's my biggest challenge, is coming up with stuff like that is funny and interesting. So that's yeah, that's so I'm seeing so many of you guys are putting some really great, you know, challenges you guys go through. Django, how's it going? Getting the courage to just go out and in public and do it. That's a huge challenge. That was a huge challenge for me too. Just going out in public to do it. And I think what made me get over that challenge is in the last apartment that we lived in, I didn't have any privacy. If I wanted to go out, I had to go out in the parking lot where everybody was. There's always somebody out there, or in like the shared yard area. So I didn't really get any privacy. So I was kind of forced to take photos with people around all the time, and I think that really forced me to get over it. And now I kind of like doing it in person or in public. So I think I really want to make a video just doing it in public to help inspire and motivate some just to go out and do it, even if there's people around, because that's tough. And Snapface has a great point. It says the more people who do photography in public, the more common it will become, which is great, and the more accepted it will become, and the more popular it will become, which is better for all of us, better for everybody. So yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Sonic Burst says you should go to never mind. Sorry. Oh, she said Intergalactic Plastic in Lakefield, Florida. It's the best place to get some loose figures. Okay, that's a good idea. So especially for mini pizza. Florida's a little far from me, but yeah, definitely. Stonevenge. So Stonevenge has a good question. It says, quick question: how much money is a cheap action figure in your opinion? Well, that certainly depends, because I guess that's relative. It's all relative. So if I were to go to Toys in Action and somebody's selling action figures and someone's selling a Black Series for like $10, I would say that's pretty cheap, because it's cheaper than what they usually cost. But at the same time, if I went to Toys in Action and someone's selling this hot toy Qui-Gon Jinn for $100, I'd be like, that's pretty cheap. Because typically he's more around $200. So I guess it just depends on what the figure is and how much less of what the normal price is. So I pretty much, I guess what I would do is whatever figure you're kind of interested in, if you go online and find the typical sold price for that figure, anything lower than that, I guess you could consider as being cheap, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, so next is from Fred's Photo Shack. Fred just doesn't have a question. He just says, no question, more of a heartful thank you for your inspiration introducing YouTube, and your inspiration inducing YouTube videos. And then a nice little one of these. Fred, thank you. I appreciate that. Anytime anyone tells me that they enjoy the videos, I get really happy. Just to know that, these silly videos I make, you guys actually like them. So that's awesome. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, and I guess you're welcome. But thank you. Thank you. Zoomfight says, "Are you a fan of Mythic Legions?" I don't own any Mythic Legions, and that isn't because I don't think they're awesome. I think Mythic Legions are really awesome. I think they're beautiful, and I think that it's so cool that a company can have great success on making figures that don't involve an already established intellectual property, and this is not a knock on anybody, but for instance, Hasbro, they do great making Marvel Legends, and Star Wars Black Series, and that's great, and I love those. But companies like Hasbro, they probably have to pay a decent amount of money to have that license, But Mythic Legions, they can just make up their own original characters, sell them, and then do well like that, and they don't have to pay for any kind of license to sell stuff from that. I think that's just so cool, and I actually met some of the people from Mythic Legions recently. They were at a toy convention in New Jersey, and they were super nice. They were super nice, but I don't have any in my collection only because I gotta be selective on what I get. There's a lot out there, and I just am too big of a Star Wars fan or whatever to. But every time I see it, I'm like, maybe I should do it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Mythic Legions is definitely awesome. Okay, so no. Here we go. So the next question is from Tanzimus. Tanzimus says, as most toy picks have a similar focus on a 6-inch figure, what lens or camera would you recommend? Honestly, I think one of the things about toy photography is that you can go ahead and do it with no matter what the heck you got. Whether or not it's a 6-inch figure or it's a 12-inch figure, the one camera that I usually recommended. Oh, am I frozen? Oh no, I'm not frozen. Okay. So sorry about that. I saw that I was. So, the one camera that I usually recommend is because it's the first camera that I had. It's my first camera, and it's usually a pretty very well accessible camera, and it's a great camera to learn the stuff from. And my first camera was the Canon Rebel T6 or the Canon Rebel T7 or anything from that series. That's usually what I recommend, because you can go on Amazon and find like a bundle pack with the camera and a couple lenses and a bag and all this good stuff. It's just a great starter kit, and it's a really good camera that you can do a lot of great, fantastic work with, and it's great to start out with, and it's also good to continue with, and you could do things professionally with that camera. So that's I would recommend that. And but even then, you don't even have to go ahead and get a camera like that to go. You can just take your phone. You know how many amazing, beautiful photos I've seen in toy photography that people just use their phone? It's amazing. Snapface throws in there, says 50mm lens is a great cheap start. Yeah, the 50mm f1.8 lens is really great. I've used that for many years, and it's pretty cheap as far as lenses go, and it's awesome, and it's super mega awesome. So yeah, definitely. Plastic Wars says, Ayo, I have to go to bed now. Hopefully I will get something next time. Very generous to doing it. Plastic Wars, thank you so much for being here. And definitely, I'm going to start doing giveaways like this. It's fun. It's fun. Mao says, you don't even need a new camera. I got a nice second-hand camera, and I've been able to take some nice photos. You know what, Mao? That's such a great thing, and that's something I don't ever really talk about. And I think that's only because I don't have any experience with finding second-hand cameras. But yeah, you know what? I'm sure you could find a great DSLR, even one of the ones I'm talking about, second-hand on eBay or something for really cheap. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, you can always just check on eBay or Mercari. Mercari's awesome. I'm sure there's probably a lot of great cameras on Mercari. Whew, I'm talking a lot. I gotta breathe and drink some water. Sonic Burst says, Jared says a type of camera me goes to Amazon. Yeah, and the camera prices go up quite a bit. Like the one that I recommended, I don't know why I'm holding my pen, but the one I recommended, the Rebel T6, was for a while it was around like $300. But somebody commented on my video one time, they're like, "That's not $300. It's like $600." And I'm like, "Oh wow, that went up a lot." So they do fluctuate for sure. They definitely do fluctuate. Let's see here. Plastic Wars says, man, my uncle sent me a Canon DSLR macro lens for free. Very nice of him. Wow, that's cool. I've actually never used a macro lens, and I would really love to. I haven't bought one yet because I want to use one before I buy it, just because I want to see if it's something that would be worth it for me. So, yeah. I would really love that. Okay, so, and usually I look over these questions before I put them up here just to be safe, but I didn't have time. I didn't even look them over yet. And so, Driver Person says, favorite cheese. And this is gonna break my heart a little bit. I don't eat a lot of cheese anymore because I've discovered how very lactose intolerant I am. So I don't eat a lot of cheese anymore. It's very rare. Some cheeses don't really do it to me. So I can get away with eating mozzarella or really soft cheeses. I can get away. Mozzarella, stuff like that, provolone. Those don't really get me that bad. Monterey Jack. But yeah. I can't. I get the worst heartburn. I'll take a bite. Like if I take a bite out of ice cream, I'll get such bad heartburn that it'll make me want to throw up. It's awful, and I'm a big cheese person. But my favorite cheese beforehand, I probably, that's tough. So many different great cheeses for different scenarios, you know. I like pepper jack. I like jack cheeses. I'm not gonna get too far into cheese, but so the cheese that I do eat most often, because there's a lot of great dairy-free cheeses that exist, and I really like Daya. Daya is really good. I made some cheeseburgers yesterday, and I used Daya cheese. So there you go, Daya. It was American cheese, but it was fake cheese, and it's the Daya brand. So, yeah. Astro Plush says, what was the first photo you ever took? Astro Plush. So the first photo or the first toy photo? The first photo I ever took. I have no idea what the first photo I ever took was. But my first toy photo, if you scroll way back on my Instagram, it's actually of a Power Ranger. Did a lot of Power Ranger stuff back then. It was Power Ranger Shogun mode from Power Ranger Samurai. So, yeah. It's that local boy says, I love how in-depth you're going into your cheese life. Well, cheese is a big part of my life, and somebody asked about it, so I'm not going to just graze over it, you know? Owen Bird says, love Bob's Big Boy blue cheese salad dressing. Ooh, it's in crumbled bacon, extra. Oh, blue cheese really gets me. If I even have a tiny little bit of blue cheese, my day is ruined. And I'm not even, my day is going to be ruined. Yep. Sonic Burst has a question, says, ever tried stop motion? And if my girlfriend was here right now, she would see my reaction. I've actually been working on something stop motion related for the past few weeks, and it's really hard. I was very fortunate enough to be offered a job, a toy photography job, which is really great. And every once in a while these happen, and it's really amazing, and I'm very fortunate for that to happen. And the job was stop motion, and I said yes. I was like, yes, I can do that. And I can't say anything about it, unfortunately. Soon I will be able to, but I can't say anything about it, and I've never done stop motion before. Luckily, I've been doing a lot of research on it more recently and how it could happen, or how I could do it. So I did know where to start. So I've been learning a lot the last few weeks, and it's hard. Stop motion's hard. Stop motion's really hard. It's a whole new ball game. I'll tell you that right now. It is a whole new ball game. But it's been going quite well, and I'm very happy with how it's coming out. It's almost done. It's almost done. And so once it's able to be shared, I will definitely share it with you. But I'm very excited for this one. I'm very excited. So thanks for asking that. Sonic Burst also, I'm actually working on stop motion. I've been working on it for 3 weeks. Oh, that's all. I really want to see that. I really want to see that. For sure. That's so cool, man. Okay. Oh, hey, Toy Stories. Oh, Toy Stories is also lactose intolerant. Yikes. Yeah, I feel you, man. You guys are being so incredibly awesome in the live chat and just going crazy, and I'm missing so many of what you guys are saying, but I'm so appreciative of how much you guys are just super talkative. That's so cool. And Pathfinder says, good morning from the Philippines. Yes, J Art. Little J Art says, stop motion takes practice. It really does. In just the first couple nights that I was experimenting and trying new things, I learned so much. It's crazy. So yeah. Okay, so on to the next question over here. So thanks, driver person, for asking what my favorite cheese was. I very thoroughly enjoyed answering that. Patrick Palin Photography says, what came first for you, passion for toys or photography? That's a really great question, because I've always had some type of interest in photography, whether that be like making videos or taking photos. I used to mess around with my dad's digital camera all the time, just try to take cool photos, stuff like that. I remember taking photos of flowers and stuff and printing them out, giving them to my mom. I remember I took a picture of a butterfly and gave it to my grandma. So that's always been there, and for my whole teenage life, I was always making videos. I made videos jackass videos. I had a entire full-length movie when I was 13 about jackass stuff, and that was it was full length, hour and a half. It wasn't a good movie, and so I've always had that kind of interest in taking pictures and stuff and making videos. But I think the toys are what really sparked it. Once I started collecting figures, then that's what really just drove it home. There was a toy store called I Has Toys that opened up in Burnt Hills, New York, and that's once I went in there and I visited that store every week. Just awesome. That's where my collection really started after that store, and that's where it all went down just like that. So, yeah, I guess it's a little bit of both, but I would definitely say the toys is what really drove it home for me. And Turtle Fanboy, or Turtle Toy Fanboy, says, "Thank you for all your videos and tutorials. It definitely assisted my skill set and progression in the hobby. Have you ever reconsidered getting a NECA TMNT turtle yet and joining the turtle world? LOL." I mean, I've definitely considered it. I've only considered it when I see them in the store, and I'm like, they look really good. But I think as a collector, and this happens, I think, probably to all collectors, I've just become so much more selective on what I get and what I want to get for my collection, because, eventually you start running out of room, you need more, you can't keep spending money, so I'm very selective with what I buy now. So I don't know if I'll ever dive down the turtle hole, and that's not because I don't think the turtles are cool. I think they're quite amazing, actually, especially the NECA ones. They're quite amazing, and I know why everyone loves them, because they're awesome. But I just don't have the deep personal connection to Ninja Turtles like I do with the other toys I buy, like Star Wars, stuff like that. I don't have that. I just don't have that deep personal connection to those guys. So that's why I probably won't dive down that hole. And Sam says, "Can we ask you questions in the live chat?" Yes, go for it. Please do. I'm going to try and actually switch back and forth to questions in the live chat and then questions on here. But I will say I won't be able to answer every single one. That's for sure. I probably will miss some. So if I do miss some, I'm sorry. And I'm just grateful you guys are even here throwing questions in there. But I probably will miss quite a few of them. But I'm super happy that you guys want to send them. So that's awesome. Action Figure Multiverse says, I started buying toys or action figures just because when I was younger, my parents always said no, filling a void, I guess. Totally. I know that feeling too, especially because when you're an adult and you're like, I can get this stuff now. I can get this myself. Yeah, so, yeah, totally. So Disturbed figures, awesome. Actually, my very first concert I ever went to when I was like 12 or 13 was Disturbed, so that's cool. How do you get your images so crisp and clean? I use lighting and editing, but my images are still noisy. Well, I guess it always takes practice. It always takes practice with figuring out what works, what doesn't work, trying different things and figuring out that way. But when you say noisy, usually if you're able to naturally light up your scene, your photo, however you're doing it naturally, whether that be with the sun or with your own lighting, and that natural lighting will cause the camera to not need to work so hard. The harder the camera has to work, as far as like cranking up the ISO and basically artificially lighting up the photo, that is where the noise will come in. And I know I'm a photographer or whatever, but there's still so much about cameras I don't know, so my answers are never always going to be the best. But whenever you see a lot of noise, that's usually, like, in my experience, when I was getting a lot of noise and not so much clarity, is when I was shooting in low light, was cranking my shutter speed up, and I needed more light, so I was turning up the ISO, stuff like that, and that's when I would get a lot of noise, and it wouldn't be super clear. So I think a good way to dull down that noise a little bit and get some more clarity is finding a really good happy medium with your shutter speed. The faster your shutter speed is, the more your camera's going to have to work to get that light in there. So as long as you have plenty of light, it's an incredibly strong sunny day, you're usually able to crank that shutter speed up, no problem. But finding a good happy medium between your shutter speed, your ISO, and how much actual light you have in there, that will help with your crispness. So the more actual light you can get in there, and the more you're able to turn your shutter speed to a little bit slower, like the faster you turn it up, usually it will get noisier, especially under low light. So that's the best that I can do. And if you have a lens where you can get your aperture down very low, like f1.8, like that 50 millimeter lens we were talking about before, that can really help too with bringing the noise down, because you can blur out your background quite a bit, which will lighten up the photo, and then usually get rid of some noise. So I hope that helps. And also, the best thing to do ever when you're struggling with your camera or something and you don't know what's happening. Go to Google and go to YouTube and look up tutorials about your camera. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I've learned from YouTube and gone and figured out what I needed to do from YouTube and put it in toy photography. And then I make a video on it that applies to toy photography. So I've learned so much. I've learned so much from YouTube. Go to YouTube. So yes, YouTube. Benjamin Ewing says, I have a question about the setting for the camera. I need for help with the lighting for the action shots. Well, Ben, what I usually will do, and I would recommend the practical effects video that I made recently. I talk a lot about the settings for action photos and with lighting and stuff like that. But usually if you have fast shutter speed, you can get great action. But at the same time, when you turn your shutter speed up, it usually darkens it up. So make sure you have a lot of light in there. So shoot on like a bright sunny day. That's what I love to do with action stuff. So, yeah. Stonevenge says, who are your favorite photographers? How can I become one of them? Stonevenge, I have a lot of favorite photographers. I have a lot of them. And and one of the things I don't love to do when I'm on videos like this is I don't like to as much as and there's so many people in this community that I love, and it includes every single one of you. So Stonevenge, you're already one of my favorite photographers. Stonevenge, you are. Sam, you are. Astro Plush, Ben, love you. Everybody here. And so I don't want to like name drop like I love this person, because then if I say that, then anyone who's not named, I don't want them to feel bad, and I don't want them to think that I don't think they're awesome. You know, I hate that. And that's, I mean, that could be from my own insecurities, from, you know, if you know, people saying others like, oh man, I wish that was me, or I don't know. So everybody, there are so many millions and awesome toy photographers out there, and it includes all of you guys, and there are so many, so stinking many. So I can't even, more than I could possibly name. And so yeah, all you guys, Toy Box, Mao, It's That Local Boy, Squid Sona, you guys are all my favorites. I love all of you guys. Everyone who's here. Sonic Burst. Mech Dio. All of you guys. You guys are my favorites. So, here we go. Let's see what the next question on here is. Soda Pop Swordsman says, chicken tacos or beef tacos? Well, I guess I like both for sure, but I would say beef tacos for sure. Whenever I go to Taco Bell, I'll usually get one thing that's chicken, but the beef's the best. Beef taco the best for sure. You guys are too Fred, how's it going, dude? Toy Box, you are way too nice. You guys are the best. But Soda Pop Swordsman, great name. I'm gonna have to go with beef for sure. Well, and Nostalgic Adam, so I don't know if you're familiar with this guy, Adam. Really great dude. Just one of the most kind-hearted, warmest, just nice guys ever. You can't help but love this guy. He's just so incredibly nice, and talented, and just a great, just a really just great dude. So if you're not following him, definitely do that. But he says, love you, dude. That is all. Always wish you and your lady the best. So proud of you. Dude, that's so incredibly nice. I'm like getting emotional right now just seeing that. Seriously, that's really nice of you, Adam. Thank you, man. And somebody I've known in the community for a while. And also, I'm incredibly proud of you, Adam, because Adam literally just had a little baby. Most beautiful little baby. Him and his wife seem like the two, like, nicest, most wonderful people ever. And now they're brand new parents. They recently got married. So huge congrats to you, Adam. That's amazing. So yeah, dude, that's super nice of you. What's with, there's so many dabs in the live chat. All right, I'm gonna grab a question from the live chat now, because I'm switching back and forth. Well, It's That Local Boy said, hey Jared, I just want to let you know that without you, I wouldn't have started my toy photography journey. And I recently hit 300 followers on Instagram. Keep up the great work. That's amazing. Well, first of all, congrats on the 300 followers. That's a huge milestone. 300 people is a lot of people. I don't know that many people in real life. That's huge. So congrats, It's That Local Boy, and it's my honor, dude, to hear that. Seriously, seriously, it's my honor. Sonar Wolf says, I'm thinking of doing a picture with Cal Kestis, Black Series, and I don't know what to do. You know what you should do is you should think of some of the cool different techniques or different powers kind of he gets in the game, and then try to do that. Like maybe the wall run, that would be fun. That would be a really great idea. Or maybe if you have like the K2SO figure, like maybe him fighting him, that would be cool. That's yeah, that's a great idea. Shiva says favorite food. There's so many questions about food in here. Favorite food, that's something that changes every part of my life. I have a different favorite food. I'm sure that's the same with everybody. Right now it's definitely I'm a burger boy. I love burgers. I really love burgers, and I've been doing a lot of grilling because I have a grill now, and we bought this house recently. It's amazing, and I bought a grill, and so yesterday I grilled some smash burgers on my cast iron griddle, and I squished them down, and I made bacon. Oh my god, it was amazing. It's really, really good, and I put Daya cheese on it, some fake cheese. So yeah. Sorry, everyone's getting hungry over here, but yeah, I'm a burger boy. I love burgers, and my favorite place to get burgers is BurgerFi. I love BurgerFi. And Astro Plush says, "Can you do some Five Nights at Freddy's photo?" I'm not saying I never would, but I probably won't, only because I'm not a fan of the game. I've never played it before. It sounds cool. I'm sure it probably is, but never been a fan of the show, so I probably wouldn't have the inspiration to do it. So. Yeah, okay, It's That Local Boy says, what is the first effect you used in photography? Fireworks, water, FX, dust, etc. Oh, the first, that's interesting. I don't know. I have no idea. Probably dirt. I probably just kicked up some dirt once. Just because that's the easiest thing, there's dirt everywhere. That's a great question. That is a really great question. Okay, I'm going to go to the next question over here now. So Simply Action Figures. Oh, okay, you know what? This is the last one on this one. So here we go. Oh, what? How did this happen? Hang on. Simply Action Figures says, "Can I see your action figure collection?" Well, there's a little bit of it right there, very small amount. But I have a whole video where I it's like an hour long of me going through my entire collection, and also Harleen's collection too. So we go through our whole house basically. So Simply Action Figures, if you are interested in that video, just go onto the channel, and it's under it's under my entire collection. So it's in there. Simply Action Figures. So there you go. Toy Box says, "I've been looking up a lot of cool science experiments like elephant toothpaste and sugar snakes. There are a lot of useful things you can use in science, like incorporating those into toy photography." That sounds awesome. So Toy Box, I have no idea what any of that stuff is, but I really want to see that. So yeah, Toy Box, if you do that, make a video about it so we can all watch it, because I want to see that. Definitely. Sam the Man says, "What are some quick little tips on how to grow a toy photography channel?" Like a YouTube channel? Okay, so I guess some of the things I've learned, because if you go way back into my first couple videos, they're probably a lot different than the way they are now, but I would say, the first tip I would say is just be prepared. It's gonna be a lot of work. YouTube is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to make a video. It takes even more time to make a video that is like a really good video, well edited, and everything looks good, and it's enjoyable to watch. I would definitely just tell yourself that it's going to be some work. It's going to be some work, and I've watched a lot of things about how to get good on YouTube, and there's this one guy. I don't know, you guys probably follow him. There's one channel I really like. It's this guy named John Campia. He just talks about movies and stuff, and I really like him. And one great point he said about trying to make a YouTube video is, when you're making a video, and you watch that video that you're gonna post, and you watch that, be honest with yourself when you watch it and say, is this really a good video? Is this really something that I would want to take time out of my day to watch in full? Like if this video came up on my feed and I was watching it, would I enjoy this? Is this really something I would like? So be really brutally honest with yourself. And if you look at it and you're like, it's cool because I did it, but so that's a good tip right there. Is watch the video you're making, and if you legitimately think that that you would actually yourself, you would watch this if it came up on your feed, then yeah, then you're good. If you look at it, and not saying that you should quit or something if that's the case, definitely not. That just means like maybe work on some stuff or maybe try some new things. But it's a really great question to ask yourself and to be honest with. And also, of course, be consistent. Post as frequently as possible. Okay, wait, sorry. Don't post as frequently as possible. That's not what I meant. Post as consistently as possible. So if your consistency is once a week, post once a week. If it's once a month, that's fine too. Post once a month. But don't post like one, like 2 in a week, and then like don't post until 2 months later. Just try to have a good consistency. And try to add as much value into the video as possible. And that value might not necessarily be like these crazy epic tips that nobody else knows. It could just be yourself. You know, if you're adding in your personality and you into the video. And that's I think for everybody, the easiest way to make your YouTube channel unique and add value is just adding your own personality to it, adding you. You know, and being yourself, and it does take a while to be able to be yourself on camera. Because my first video, we watched it on one of my, I think it was a member only stream. We watched my first video, and it was painful because it was horrible. And I'm like, hi. I had no idea what I'm doing. So yes, those would be my some tips right there. Yes. That was kind of a long tangent, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so the you know what, I've said his name correctly before, and I'm struggling. The minimalist man. Yeah, minimalist man. Why do you prefer DC over Marvel? No offense, because I love both. Well, you know what, I love both too. I certainly love. I mean, I'm definitely a DC guy, and I love Marvel. I saw Doctor Strange recently, and I thought it was awesome. It was epic. It was so cool, and I love the Marvel shows. I love Marvel. I like DC more, and that's just because I just have I resonate with the characters more. I have a connection. Like with Superman, I have a really deep personal connection with him because I relate. I mean, I relate to him, but I see him as a huge role model for me, and I really have a connection with those characters. That's all. And it's not that I don't have a connection with the Marvel characters. It's just not as much as I do with Superman and Batman and Green Lantern, Flash, those guys. And yeah, that's all. Oh, MechDio says, so what's everyone's social media Instagram handle? Go for it. MechDio. That's really nice. Everyone throw in your handles online so you guys can follow each other. Joe Young says, have you ever wanted to talk with G.I. Joes? Wanted to work with G.I. Joes. That's another thing that I think G.I. Joes are really cool, and I think the new figures coming out are awesome, but that's another thing I just don't have that connection with. I think that was probably before my time where G.I. Joes were a thing, because when I was growing up in the 90s, G.I. Joe wasn't really a popular thing. You know, I was into Power Rangers and Street Sharks and Star Wars in the 90s. Yeah, just never. I do think they're cool though, and if I ever had the opportunity to shoot G.I. Joes professionally, I'd be like, heck yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah. First Strike says, hey First Strike, are you involved in music at all? Interesting. Not so much anymore. I do have a guitar that I fart around with sometimes, and I'm not any good, but I do just enjoy it sometimes, just farting around. But I'm sure most people who are in the live stream know Siva, who's one of my closest friends who comes into live streams all the time. Super great, supportive friend. Him and I were in a band together for a few years. It was a metal band, and I was the screamer in the band, so I was the vocalist. He played guitar, and so there he is. Siva's right here. Yes, I didn't know you're here. Hey, Siva. And, I hope you had a great birthday, Siva. The other day. I hope it's cool being 30. You'll have to let me know how being 30 is. But yeah, and so the theme song that you hear every time you watch a Sirdork video, that is a song called Sweet and Sorrow Chicken by Approaching Infinity, which is the band that we were in together. And that was written by Siva, and that was also recorded by Siva. And my vocals, my screaming is not in that version. So, yes. So yes, that's as involved with music as I am now. I still like listening to music, but yeah, most of the time I listen to metal, but not always. Sometimes I listen to other stuff, but that's about it. Yes. It's so cool to talk about random stuff like that. Whoa, Siva says it's so sick being 30. That's not a reaction I would think. Dude, it's so sick being 30. All right, well, that's good, because I have something to look forward to in a couple months then. Gravelord says, first stream, do you have any tips for multiple subject photos? Well, Gravelord, thanks for being here. Multiple subject photos. That's the hardest thing ever. Isn't that so hard? That's so hard. So what I would recommend, and I think somebody actually asked this in one of these too, but I'll talk about it. The higher f-stop, your aperture, the higher number it is. So if you're at like f11 or something, you'll have a lot more stuff in focus. But if you have like, really low, like f2.4, it's going to be, your main subject will be in focus, and then all this other stuff like Qui-Gon over here will be very out of focus. So, if you want more stuff in focus, turn the f-stop up. But at the same time, if you want to keep your f-stop low, but you still want this stuff, if you move the figures closer together, that does kind of help. And one thing that I've learned is if the figures, like, so here's, I wish I had, okay. So we're going to use some Pokemon as examples. So, and this is something that I have learned, and this does work with, it's different depending on what lenses. So let's say you have, you got Totodile and you got Abra right here. So if you have Abra, so Abra back here, Totodile up here, and Abra is your main focus. He's going to be in focus, but Totodile is going to be more and more out of focus. But if you wanted them to be far apart, but as long as they're the same kind of like distance away from the camera, you could still get them to be like this far apart and they'll still be in focus. So picture like a line. As long as they're in this line together, they should still be in focus. But the line going this way is going to make them more and more out of focus. So if you want to have all these people lined up and you can't get them too close together, just imagine this imaginary line across that line, and they should still be somewhat in focus. I mean, you're still probably not going to be quite as crisp, but yes, that's what I would recommend for multiple subject photos. And you know what I do sometimes too is if I want to have this guy over here and this guy over here to take a photo, I take two photos. I take a picture of Totodile, and then I take a picture of Abra, and then I take a picture and then I cut them up and I piece them together. Actually, that's how I did this. That's how I did this photo. I took two photos. I took one of Toxin, and I took one of the Troopers, and then I cut it in half. I cut it in half going like this. And so there are two separate photos here, and that's why these guys are both in focus. So I cheated. I cheated to do that, but still came out. So, yes. Joe Young said it's getting warm here in North Carolina. It's getting warm here too. Saturday is supposed to be like really hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s. So that's crazy. Siva says, I was on Insta, but I kind of fell off. I have SoundCloud though. Oh, yes. And I think there's some Approaching Infinity on Bandcamp, right? Could be wrong though. But Siva's got plenty of his own stuff that is not necessarily Approaching Infinity. Okay, so he just listen to what he's doing in the chat. Okay, so next question over here. I mean, this is gonna be a long stream. I'm taking a while here to go through it, which is fine. Star Wars Toy Photography 51 says, "How did you get the idea to start toy photography?" It was just from collecting, just loving the figures, and then just going on Instagram, and eventually I saw other toy photographers doing it. I was really heavily inspired by guys like Sergeant Bananas. He was doing a lot of stuff, fireworks, stuff like that, and just like, wow, that's so cool. I want to do that. And Everything Kylo was a huge inspiration for me too. He doesn't really post so much anymore, but Everything Kylo was a huge inspiration. Just all the fireworks and the action was just like, oh, this is awesome. And that's how I got into it, just seeing other people do it. So yeah. When Joe Young says, "Warm weather makes for awesome creek photos." Yeah, it does. A lot of great photos outside, for sure. Yes, yes. I need a drink. Whew. Whew. We're All Aliens says, "Which places do you often visit to take toy photography?" You know what? I actually don't. I usually just do it out in my backyard most of the time. I don't really go very far. I used to have these spots where I would just go and just take photos at this this watery spot, or there's this one spot near me and where there's a lot of sand, so I'll do like Tatooine stuff there. But most of the time I just do stuff outside. I like to do stuff just like on the pavement, because most of the time my photos don't really, the environment, if you ever look at my photos, the environment in which I'm shooting the photos, it doesn't really have too much of a part in the story that I'm trying to tell. It's just what the figures are doing is usually the thing that is what's going on in my photos. Just what the figures are doing. It's not so much where they are. That's why I don't use a lot of props. And that's just because not because I don't like them. I don't know. Excuse me. It's just what the figures are doing, and then usually it's some kind of special effect. Like the recent here we go. So like this one. What's going on in this photo? That's all that I'm really trying to do, is just what's happening. The location doesn't really matter so much. And this one. Location doesn't really matter. It's just green and blue. It looks like a desktop background. But yeah, so that's all. Okay, so Action Figure Multiverse says, "I'm gonna head off. Have a great night, dude." Oh, Ben Ewing says, "Tell Harley Quinn I'm going to crossplay soon. I like her collection and costume too." I will definitely tell her. I'm sure she'll be coming around soon. She's been working on some costumes and cosplay stuff, so yeah. Snapface says, "I bought a camera, then looked for subjects to shoot. I first found the tiny macro figures, then soon changed to action figures, and knew this was what I wanted to shoot." Awesome. Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to to find what you like, Joaquin Martinez, how's it going? Hello, sir. All right, so next question is, how do you capture raindrops in the background? Interesting. So actually the next video that I'm going to do is on water effects and stuff like that, and rain is going to be in there for sure. But it's just a matter of so if you have a faster shutter speed, you'll have very very perfect little specks of water droplets and circles, more like circles. But if your shutter speed is slower, they're going to look like longer pieces of rain coming down, because there's motion blur on those, because the camera is shooting slower, so it captures them in a long kind of look. And also it's really important to have enough light, because water will look different basically depending on the way the light is shining through it. So if you're taking pictures of rain in the clouds and there's not a lot of sunlight, you won't really be able to see the water so much, because the light needs to really illuminate it for you to see it. But if you're shooting, on a day where it's very sunny and you're using water and stuff like that, the light will go through those water droplets so nicely to a point where it will light them up, and you'll see them in your photo. So that's what I would recommend. But I'll go into this way more deep into the video I do which won't be this weekend. It'll be next weekend, fortunately. So, yes. Ben, you just get a really great question. What is the challenge for the flowers? I was planning on doing it next Friday. I know I haven't even done my flower photo yet. I'm so behind. I've been just ridiculously busy. But next Friday, I think my dad will be here, so I might not be able to do Friday. So we'll see. Hopefully I can, but I got to figure that out. Sonic Burst says, "Hey Jared, I actually stumbled across your toy photography by accident. I was trying to look for a toy review, but I stumbled across one of your videos. Really inspired me." Well, that's awesome. Well, what a great accident, because here you are now and we're talking, so that's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Toy Box Unleashed said, "Aside from the ones you have done, what would be your dream commission work?" So I guess honestly I'm very grateful for any type of professional toy photography job I've ever gotten. Like, how freaking cool is it that like somebody wants to pay me to take pictures of this stuff? It's awesome. But really the dream would be for me to shoot the stuff I already like to shoot, because that's the stuff I feel like I'm the most confident with. You know, if I had I have had some opportunities to do Black Series before, and that's like the coolest, because I know exactly what I'm doing. I know I can make something cool with Black Series and with Hasbro stuff, and that's definitely number one for me. But yeah, just the stuff I already like to shoot, because that's the stuff I like to shoot. I think are the things I'm the best at, you know, because I do it the most often. So this thing I'm doing right now is very different for me, and I've never done it before, so that's why I'm not so confident. But it's gonna be good. It's going to be great. That's a great question, Toybox. Thank you for asking that. Let's see. Joaquin says, "I started to do toy photography recently. I need to learn how to do the lighting, which is also somewhat the mood of the shot." You're right. The lighting totally changes the mood of the shot, for sure. And lighting is it changes everything, for sure. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I did make a whole video on lighting and just everything I know about it, really. So I would definitely recommend checking out the lighting tutorial, for sure. Oh, Linda says, "Hey Linda," she says, "your Loom Cube photo was great." Thank you. I'm really glad to hear that, because every time I do something for Loom Cube like that, I'm always trying to okay, how do I take something cool, but then also incorporate the Loom Cube into the photo and have it look cool, and that's very challenging sometimes. And on the next time they ask me to do it, which is great, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, what the heck am I gonna do this time?" I'm gonna run out of stuff. Oh, Jake's World says, "Hey, I have a question. Can you bring on July 4th, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock? Can I bring on?" I'm not sure what you mean, Jake, but July 4th is gonna be awesome because it includes fireworks, so that's for sure. So yeah, Jake, hopefully that helps. But yeah, Jake, send me the question again. Gooby's Photography says, "What do you use to edit shots?" I use Adobe Photoshop, the full thing, Adobe Photoshop, and yes, it's very pricey. It costs a little bit more, for sure. It's very intimidating. It's very daunting at first, but just practicing and getting to know stuff one little bit at a time, you'll learn more and more every time you use it. It's totally worth it. It's amazing how much you can do with Photoshop. Photoshop's awesome. Love Photoshop. Thank you, Toybox. You guys are awesome. Sam the Man says, "What are your thoughts on Metallica?" Well, I don't really listen to Metallica so much anymore, but that Metallica was my favorite band when I was in middle school and stuff like that. And every time a Metallica song will come up, I'll be like, "Yeah, love this song." Yeah, Metallica's incredibly iconic. One of the most iconic inspirations to metal the world has ever seen. I would say one of the most iconic metal bands ever, for sure. yes, everyone's throwing out some really great free stuff in the live chat. Affinity's really good. I know people use GIMP a lot, Snapseed, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a lot of great free apps out there for sure. Toybox says, I use nothing. I need to edit. You know what, Toybox? For so long, I didn't do any editing for a very long time because I didn't really know what to do, to be honest. And I just used Instagram. I just like scrolled on the different Instagram stuff. But that doesn't mean like I don't like just because. And one thing too is like, you know, if you see like everyone's doing a lot of editing on their photos, you know, and I use Photoshop and stuff, that doesn't mean that like you have to be doing that. That doesn't mean that it's essential that you have to do that or that you have to use Photoshop. There's so many things you can use. That's just what I use. I just don't want one thing I really don't want anyone to think is like, oh, because I'm doing all of this stuff, and if you're not doing all this stuff, like what you're doing is bad or something. Like because for so long there were so many things I didn't know how to do and that I didn't do, and like people would mention lighting and stuff like that. And I'll be like, what do you mean lighting? It's just the sun just lights up my phone. And I didn't even know what that meant, and I just felt bad about myself because I didn't know what any of this stuff was. But it'll come. You'll learn all of this stuff, and even if you don't, that's okay. Just do what you think's fun and what you like to do. You know, don't even worry about that. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Okay, so next question on here is from Shaliza. Hi, Shaliza. Maybe Shaliza will pop in the live chat later on. Shaliza says, I'm struggling to shoot a group of figures in one photo. Not all of them get into clear results. Any tips? We were just talking about that, Shaliza. But what I was saying before, and man, I wish I'm not going to be able to go in quite as depth as I was just talking about it. But Shaliza, if you're watching this, go back like a couple minutes or so. But the higher aperture number you're at, the more in focus will be. So like my example with these guys, you know, when you have an f-stop of 1.8, Totodile is going to be in real great focus on him, but Abra won't be. But if you turn your aperture up a little bit, the more the f-stop up to a higher number, more of the stuff will be in focus. And also, if you move them further away like this, they'll get more out of focus. But if you keep them together in a line like this way, most of the time they'll stay in closer focus, depending on your lens. But that's what I would recommend for sure. Definitely. Okay, so Jake Sproul says, I have a question for you. Can you stream from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock on July 4th? Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I don't know. I probably won't stream on July 4th, just because a lot of people will be busy, and most people won't really be able to watch anyway. I probably will be busy. Ever since last year, we've been hosting a July 4th party, 4th of July party at our house, where we grill stuff, and I, of course, set off a bunch of fireworks. I stock up on the fireworks. So that's what we'll be doing. So I probably won't stream on 4th of July. So sorry, Jake, but I'm glad you're interested, for sure. Sonic Burst says, I just made my own custom action figure. What kind of picture should I take with him? I don't know. Take a picture that really just shows off how awesome it is and just all the custom work that you did. So great lighting, stuff like that, so you can see everything. Siva's been a member for 9 months. Wait, you said 7. Wait, Siva, it's 9 months. 9 months. That's so cool. Thank you, Siva, for being a member. Like it's just like, and for being and coming on all these streams all the time. You're like the best dude ever. You seriously are. And hopefully I will see you very soon. I really hope I see you soon. But yeah, it's 9 months. 9 months, Siva. Okay, so NFW Toypick says, if you could pick any old time character to return, who would it be and why? Old time character. I guess that's got a lot of different layers to it. Oh, that's weird, Siva. Maybe it I don't know, maybe it glitched for a sec. YouTube glitching. Old time character to return. I don't really know how to that could mean a lot of things, an old time character to return. Old time character. Well, one of my favorite characters of all time that is not a very well-known character There's this guy named Sir Daniel Fortescue from the game called Medieval. And that's where the Sir comes from in Sirdork, because I really loved this game growing up. There's this game called, I'll show you, and I'm sure there's some people in the live chat that know what I'm talking about. So, if I pull this guy up, I would love for him, and he did actually make kind of a return recently. So, Sir Daniel Fortescue. This is a PlayStation 1 game called Medieval. This guy. So, whoa. Big Bad Toy Store. Sir Daniel Fortescue statue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we're, oh my gosh. This exists. I can't believe this exists. I really need to own this. It's on pre-order. Oh my gosh. Oh, and you can change it from the... Oh, no. Oh. I would like this... This is the character I would like to return. I love this guy. And there's a big statue of him. For so long, there's been no merchandise for this character ever. And there's recently a Funko Pop. And look at this. I can't believe there's a big... I have to get this. So, does anyone else recognize this guy? Anybody? RJ So says remember him. Yes. Joe Young says remember. Yeah, so this is from PlayStation 1. This guy. And so that's where the Sir comes from in Sirdork. And I can't believe there's a Sir Daniel Fortescue. It's from Level 52 Studios. Wow. Well, that's awesome. I did not know that. I have to send this to my brother. Yes. Wow, that's so cool. Is there like more stuff? Like... And there was a remake of this game for the PS4. I don't know what this is. This is a book or something? Medieval hardcover. That's cool. Okay, so I'm not gonna... This is for another time. So that's the character. That's so crazy, though. Fred Evans makes a great point. He says, even though it says second quarter of 2022, it will be fourth quarter. And that's being generous. Yes, you're definitely right. I mean, Big Bad Toy Store is like that, but a lot of stores are like that too. It's not just Big Bad Toy Store. Joseph says, Medieval from the PS1, yes. Yes. And Gravelord says, would it be okay to send my IG to the chat? Yes, send it in. And everyone in the live chat, go and give you a follow. And Gravelord, if I'm not following you already, send me a message. Definitely send me a message. All right. So, that's my question, NFW. Thanks for sending it in. All right. So, now I got to go to my next picture. So, this is... I moved all of these in the right place, and now they're not there. I don't know... Okay, so Lego Shock 0451 official says, are you planning on purchasing the Hot Toys Jango Fett? You know what? I was not planning on it. Even though he looks great, I know he's coming out soon. We'll be shipping soon. I've seen him being posted. But oh wait, Ben says it's my birthday on July 3rd. What Loom Cube should I buy it? My favorite Loom Cube is the Panel Pro. That's my favorite Loom Cube. It's the priciest one, but it's my favorite one. It's really awesome. That's honestly what I would recommend. But they're all awesome. That's what I'd recommend, Ben. The Hot Toys Jango Fett, no, he looks awesome. And I have a lot of the Hot Toys that have a Tim Morrison face sculpt, and I don't mind getting more. But yeah, he looks great. He looks really great, but I'm probably not going to pull the trigger on him. AK Gaming says, how can I improve my toy photography skills? The best way to improve, AK, is to practice. Keep shooting. Keep doing stuff and trying new things. Going out of your comfort zone. Definitely going out. If you think of a photo where you're like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm like, I can't do that. That's too hard. I wouldn't be able to pull that off. Just do it. Just when you think of a photo that you think you can't do it, do it. Because even if you even if you take the photo and you don't like how it comes out, you're gonna learn from it. And you're gonna be like, oh well, if I could have done this next time. I could have. Then you'll learn from it. So it's just keep practicing and keep shooting more stuff and try new things. And the more you practice, the more you do it for sure. And Siva, yes, that is the multicolored one. That one is awesome. Yes. Darth Malgus says, do you collect 3.75 action figures? I mean, not really. I do have some. There are a few that I have. There's some vintage collection I have over here and some over there, but I typically don't really get them. I like the 6-inch more, for sure. Unless there's some really cool, really cool ones that come out. Then I'm like, I should get this. Yes. Yes, First Strike says, to get better, just do anything you want. Make mistakes. Yes. Practice, says First Strike. I couldn't agree with you more, man. Couldn't agree with you more. So next question is from the Regulator X. Will you try more on doing custom figures? Definitely. I love customizing stuff, and I don't really go too far when it comes to custom stuff. But I love doing little customizations. But actually, at the very moment, I am in the middle of creating my own custom figure. A custom Jared figure, Sirdork figure, of me. And so far, it's going pretty good. And I've been filming it and stuff, so when it's all done and everything, I'll put out a YouTube video for it. It's even got some packaging, too. It's got some official packaging. So that's really exciting. Okay. I totally forgot that I was going to do some more giveaways. All right. So, can anybody... Okay, all right, so I'm going to ask another question. So if you missed it before, I was planning on giving away some of these. It says Sirdork on the back, some of these. So if you get this question right, I will send you 2 of these, of your choice. So the first person to get the right answer, I will... If the first person to get it right, you win. And then the first person I see in the live chat. And just send me a DM, and I'll you can pick any 2, and I'll send them to you. So, can anyone tell me what kind of camera do I have? What kind of camera do I use primarily right now? The kind of camera that I use primarily right now. And so the brand and at least the line. Toymirth just instantly says Batman versus Superman. Toymirth, how's it going, sir? Yes, it is a Sony, but what is the... Yes, okay, RJ, you got it. Sony AV3. So, which means if you had just said Sony Alpha, that would have done the job. So RJ and Tony Tomerlo, you both kind of said like a mixture of. So RJ and Joseph Tomerlo. I'm gonna do both of you guys. So, I'm gonna send it to both of you guys. So, RJ Stubbs, and also, should I give it away? Okay. All right. So I have a very special giveaway coming up next. Do you want to be here for it? Sure. Someone says Polaroid as my camera. No, that would be really fun though. And so Joseph Termulo. Okay, so Joseph Termulo, I will send both. Oh, Sonar, have a great night. Sorry, you guys. Motorola Razr. There is I guess a very special giveaway that will be happening soon that has just came across. So instead of winning one of these, you'll be winning this, which is it is a picture I took. I did take this picture, but it is of not a toy. It is a life-size Harley Quinn. It's
okay if nobody wants it. Nobody wants them anyways.
No, it's definitely going to. Ben told me to say hello.
Oh, hi, Ben.
But Joseph, and RJ, send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll make sure I get all the stuff. And choose which ones you want. Go Toxin, Spider-Man, Goku, Darth Vader, or Superman. All right. So, but what's the trivia question? Do you have a trivia question ready?
And we were doing trivia.
Well, that's what it is. It's whoever guesses the question right.
What kind of trivia?
Do something about Harley Quinn. Do like what year? Oh, crap. Or something like that.
Does it have to be easy?
That's to be doable.
Oh. In what comic series did Harley Quinn first not appear in her classic jester suit?
That's a little bit hard.
Someone might know.
I think you should do something easier than that.
Wait, let's see if anyone knows it first. If no one knows it, then...
So the first time she appeared in a costume other than her normal jester outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, there you go. That's the question, if anybody knows that. Gravelord says New 52. It's not the new...
Mm-hmm.
I know that one. Marvel DC says Joker's favor, so that's a pretty good. But a lot of no ideas. And Fight or Flight Gaming says, yes, I will be selling these on at Toys in Action. So that's gonna be at my table. Woo!
I'll be there. I'm the director.
Yes, she will be there. Yeah, she'll definitely be there.
I will not be looking like this, unfortunately.
I think you should make your question a little bit easier.
Okay.
Mouse says that no idea, but it's a nice photo.
Thank you. He took it. I made it. I made the cosplay in the mallet. Let me think here.
All right, we're switching.
What is one Easter egg in the movie Birds of Prey that came from the Harley Quinn New 52 comics? You just have to name one of them.
All right. Okay, so the question has changed. What is an Easter egg that is found in Birds of Prey that is also found in the comics, specifically in somewhere from the New 52? All right. This is tough. These are tough questions. I mean, these are all questions.
This isn't a tough question.
Fight or Flight says only seen it once, so I'm out. Yeah, these you gotta realize these are toy photography people following. These aren't Harley people.
Yeah, but they can take toy pictures of Harley.
Someone said R.I.P. A couple people said R.I.P. All right.
Okay.
Wait. Give him another second,
okay.
And then you gotta do something easy.
Okay.
First Strike said Bianca. I don't know.
I don't know what Bianca is.
All right, you got it. The next one, you got to do something. Okay, we're going. Marvel DC says her hammer. Oh, and Joaquin says the hyena. I mean, I think those definitely are. I think Joaquin should get it with the hyena.
But she has two.
So what? It's still a reference. It's still a reference.
It is an Easter egg.
So Joaquin, you win. You win.
Yay! Like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
But not really.
Joaquin.
What if it was Joaquin Phoenix? Just to name a few in case you guys
We're not going to turn this into the Harley Quinn stream.
Can I just name a couple so they know?
Yes, really quick.
Just in case you have any Harley Quinn trivia, it's Bernie the Beaver, roller derby.
Oh, right.
In her apartment, they're playing Days of Our Lives, where Arlene Soren is wearing the original jester suit that her Harley Quinn's character was based off of.
Yes.
That's just a couple.
Right. That one wouldn't be a New 52 reference, though. Anyway.
Okay, I'm leaving now. Bye.
Joaquin, send me a DM, my friend, with your address, and Harley will send this out to you herself.
I'll sign it.
And she'll sign it.
With a heart.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. Sorry. I'll let you know. I mean, you took away my sewing time, so.
All right. Anywho. So I'm going to. So the next question on the thing is. I hope you guys enjoyed the quick Harley.
I'll come back if you want.
Well, yeah, maybe later on. She's probably.
Can I just mention this?
Maybe on the next one. I got a lot of stuff I gotta get through, babe. Okay, so Copper Silver says, "What is your favorite action figure to take pictures of?"
Sorry.
My favorite action figure to take pictures of is by far. So if you see this guy down here, and over there, is the patrol trooper. I love that guy, and I even made him the thumbnail of this video. He's on my Sirdork shirts. I love that guy, and he is definitely my favorite photo or guy to take pictures of. And you know what? I haven't really shot him in a while. Like, I've done actually legitimate photos with him in a while. But let's do that again. Some new explosions or something. So, yeah, that would be my favorite one for sure. Brody Lynch says, "Hey Jared, when are you gonna do the next May toy photography contest?" Oh, Brody, so I'm my month this month has just been so busy. Hopefully I can do it on next Friday, and I haven't even taken my contest, my flower themed photo yet. Yeah, I will eventually. Hopefully this coming Friday. But don't you worry, I will share the exact dates of when it will happen. Joaquin says Qui-Gon Jinn looks like Space Moses in the background. He kind of is. Yeah, he definitely kind of is. All right, so Lantern says, "Do you have a P.O. box to send gifts to?" I don't have a P.O. box, and please don't worry about sending me any gifts. Lantern, I appreciate that, my friend. But no, Lantern, you are awesome. Thank you for wanting to send me stuff, but you certainly don't. I don't have a P.O. box to send anything to. But hey, Lantern, if you're anywhere near New York, which is I do live in New York, maybe I can see ya. And your gift to me would be coming to Toys in Action, and I can meet ya. That would be the best gift you could give me. But if not, that's okay, because not everybody lives in New York. So, Apollo's Gallery says, "What are the 5 most essential things in figure photography?" Whew, the 5 most essential things. So the 5 most essential, like, physical, like, gear things, or just, like, things to think about? I'm going to say things to think about. Number 1 is you have to love it. You have to enjoy doing it, going out, having fun, and just having a good time, taking a picture, and just enjoying yourself. That is definitely number 1. Definitely number 1. I mean, you gotta have a camera and figures. That's really all you need, a camera and a figure. You don't need anything crazy than that. Or just a phone. Or just a phone. A really essential thing that I would really say, and this isn't even really essential. Toymer says a camera. I mean, it is. It is. I mean, a phone works too, of course. But I would say is interacting with the toy photography community. And, you know, the Instagram community is so huge and so awesome and just amazing. And there's more communities too. There's not just, you know, there's subreddits for toy photography. There are Facebook groups for toy photography. But I think interacting with the community is definitely one of the biggest things forever, for sure. And one thing that, so another thing that I'll say, I guess it's not really like essential, but, you know, there's all these types of gear and stuff. You can get fancy lights and fancy dioramas and stuff like that, but just don't forget that there's all of these things, and to some extent, are like free outside. You know, you got the sun, that's free outside. You got real dirt and sticks. You can make trees and stuff. You can make so much awesome, cool stuff for free outside, and that's definitely always a great way to start. And then you can move on to other stuff that way. Yeah. So that's what I would say. 5 most. There's, I think that the I would say the 3 essential. Absolutely essential thing is some kind of toy, any kind of camera, and then just you having fun. That's it. Those are the only essential things. Everything else is just extra. Yes, it is. She said having fun is number 1. I don't know if you heard that, but it is. And yes, and that's. She said don't ever take it too seriously, and that don't be. I mean, you can take things seriously, but then also. It's okay to not take things seriously. You can just go and have fun sometimes, you know? Like this stream right now, like I'm taking it quite seriously because I really care about this channel and stuff, but at the same time, like, it's such an easy way to relax and just do stuff with you guys. You know, like, you know, it's always don't ever take yourself and take it too seriously. That is definitely a good thing to do. And that's something that I need to do a bit better with, for sure. R3 says, number 1 thing for toy photography, in my opinion, is not making photos or likes or follows. Just put out content that you are passionate about and like, regardless of how great it is. I That's you R3. You said it. You said it, man. Yes, 100,000,000%. That is the number one thing. And Marvel DC 9149 said, "How often do you stream?" It's usually every other Thursday, and I did miss it the last time because I had a lot of stuff going on. But it's usually every other Thursday or Friday. So, yes, Siva. Oh yes, there you go. Yes, thank you, sir. And yes, and he is right. Yeah, and then on the other Thursdays, I'll do a members only stream. So, yeah, it's pretty much every week, unless it's every week if you're a member. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Gavin says, "Will you make any custom clones?" Gavin, I know in person. He's a great kid, great toy photographer. Custom clones, probably. I have a couple custom clones, but I haven't really customized a lot of clones myself. I have weathered quite a few clones because they definitely look better after you've done some weathering to them. But I haven't in a while, but I think I'm probably gonna have to soon. I was actually thinking of customizing the Clone Commando, the orange guy that came out from GameStop. Yeah, I think I'm gonna customize him. So Yautja Enforcer, how's it going, my friend? Thanks for sending it in. It says, least favorite figure you've taken photos of. My least favorite figure that I've actually taken photos of. Oh, you know what? The first thing that comes to my mind, and that would be I don't really hate the figure, but I do remember being quite frustrated with the First Order troopers when they came out. Because when The Force Awakens came out, I really thought the First Order designs were really cool, and I still do think the First Order troopers and those designs are awesome. I don't like them as much as the regular, but the First Order troopers were pretty rough. You could not put them in a natural pose. It was the elbows were bad. The neck you could not do a whole lot with, and it was almost impossible to put them in a pose that was like natural looking. So, yeah, that's probably my least favorite. That's the first thing that comes to my mind at least. But I mean, I like the way it looks, and they did make some improvements. But yeah, you just couldn't really do a whole lot with that. Couldn't really do a whole lot. R3 says, to Toyworth, it can be hard with so many great photographers out there, but the best part of the toy community is how supportive everyone is. I'm always down to geek out on photography and Photoshop. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? When I first started, I felt very intimidated by a lot of the just photographers that were already out there that were just so good. And I was just like, wow, these guys are amazing, and I'm never going to be this good. I very much felt I felt very intimidated by them. But just about as far as I know, they're all very nice. As far as in my experience, everyone's been super nice. Even the biggest guys are all super nice. So, yeah. So that's yeah. I feel I definitely understand though. I definitely understand. All right. Next on my list thingy here is from Jin Jarin, like Din Jarin, but Jin. If I can move this little thingy here. Come on. There it is. Okay. So Jin Jarin says, strangest experience while taking pics in public. I haven't had any crazy experiences, but I've definitely had quite a few where I've had to explain what I'm doing, and which is fine. I mean, most people in public are just curious, and they're interested in what you're doing because they've never really been exposed to it before. They're like taking pictures of toys, and then when you show them, they're like, "Oh, that's cool." Strangest experience. Strangest. Probably my favorite experience was probably my last public experience was I was at my normal spot, and this guy came up to me, this young guy and his girlfriend, I think, and he was so curious of what I was doing. He asked me, came up, and I was like, I'm doing toy photography, and I was actually in the middle of like a shoot that I was doing for one of the Disney shoots that I was doing. So I I kind of had this thing like, yeah, I'm a toy photographer. Right now I'm shooting for Disney. Like, I kind of like made myself feel a lot more legit. You know, just because, whatever. Because when you see some grown man taking pictures of toys in public, you know, I had to, but it was true. That's what I was doing. So yeah, I'm a toy photographer. This is what I do. And here's my card. I had business cards on me. I always have them on me. So here's my card. So if you want to see my work. And he was just like so enthralled with the fact that like I was taking pictures. Like he thought it was so cool. And it was such a cool experience. And he's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we took a picture and he posted it on his Instagram story. And yeah, it was so cool. See, it says humble brag. I was definitely, in that moment, I was definitely being a bit more not humble than I usually am. I was, I was happy with myself feeling legit. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. And I was proud. I was being proud of myself. But, but that was probably my favorite experience, shooting out in public. Oh, Gravelord just says, "I'll be going to Toys in Action." That's awesome. You know how awesome it is? This is how awesome it is. That's how awesome it is. Yes, Gravelord, I am thoroughly excited to meet you there. I hope you come up and we can talk. I would love to see you there. That's so awesome, Gravelord. That is a great lord. Sorry, I don't know what that was supposed to be. So, thank you, Siva. I appreciate that, you guys. Toys in Action Gabriel is and Fred Evans is going to be there. Can't wait to see you there. It's going to be in Saratoga Springs, New York. And for all the information, all you got to do is go to toysandactionconvention.com or just message me and I'll send you all the information about it. So it's going to be great. It's going to be such a great day. So this is from Pufferfish. So from Pufferfish, do you have any beach toy photo tips? Any photos on the beach tips? Honestly, I haven't done a lot of toy photos on the beach. Not because I don't want to, but one time I was in Mexico and I did bring some figures with me. I took some photos, but I was still very like new at toy photography. So I wish I could go back there now with the skills that I've learned since then. I don't know, just bring some very beach-ish figures. Bring like Aquaman. Bring some Scarif troopers, some shore troopers. And what I've always really wanted to do is if you can find a beach where it's like the beach is facing like west, so like you can get a sunset on the beach in the ocean and get some photos of that, I thought would be really cool. So if you can find a beach in the ocean with great sunset, I would recommend. That's something I would love to try. I would definitely love to try. And Sam the Man saying, "I will not give up on convincing my parents to take me to Toys in Action." I would love to see you there, Sam the Man. I would love to see you there. Oh, and Fight or Flight Gaming says a great point. Be prepared to get sand in all the joints and in your camera. LOL. Yeah, that's definitely something that can be very possible. I would say the second you're done with everything, blow them off, rinse them off too. So. Snapface says, if you're using the sun, consider a light reflector. Totally, yes. A light reflector. Definitely. Yes. Hey, SSL says, Ayo, what's happening? It's been a while. Thanks for being here, SSL. SSL, I'm assuming, stands for Super Spectacular Lifesaver. That's you. So, Confederate Coyote. Hang on. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place, you guys. How many times do I have to tell you my photos suck, says Confederate Coyote. Confederate Coyote, you are just straight up wrong, my friend. Your photos do not suck. And you should be proud of the things that you create, the awesome things you create. And you know what? If you ever are unhappy with the photos you create, sometimes I am too, actually quite often. If you aren't unhappy with the photos you create, learn from the things that learn from it, and then just keep improving. So there you go. So Sam the Man, SSL stands for Super Spectacular Lemon. Close, but it's more like Spider Slayer. Oh, that's cool. So it's like you're the Spider Slayer. So like I'm a Spider Slayer too. So like sometimes my girlfriend will be like, there's a spider in the bathroom. That's actually not so much of a pressure. It's like, can you get this spider in the bathroom, babe? And then I won't really slay the spider. I'll just pick it up and throw him outside because I don't really want to kill him. So I'm not really a Spider Slayer. I'm more like a Spider Saver. I save the spider from it being killed. Okay. SSL, we're just happy that you're here, man. Gravelord says, how would you recommend broadening my type of photos? I usually do only Power Rangers and would like to start my DC Halo, but don't have an idea of how to photo different toys. You know what? That's Gravelord. I think you could very easily so let's just say so Halo. If you want to take a picture of the Master Chief or something, think about the game. Put him in a pose that you would see him in the game, gun up, ready to shoot, and then think about him like on one of the levels in the forest. There's a lot of forest levels. Go outside and knock up some dirt like he's in a battle scene or something, Or for DC, take a picture of a Batman like at night or something, just use the characters and the way the characters are as inspiration, just like their character traits that and love them for, and then try to incorporate that into your photo. RJ Sub says, read the comics, play the games, watch the shows. Yes, get the inspiration from there. You got it. Exactly. All right. First Strike. I'm not sure if First Strike is still here, but he says, if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I mean, I do really like hot dogs. I especially have a thing for hot dogs that you get at gas stations. Like, I really love a good gas station hot dog. But if I was a hot dog, I probably wouldn't want to eat myself. You know what? Because you think about it, like, I bet you, like dinosaurs probably find humans delicious. Like, if you watch Jurassic Park, dinosaurs will eat people. And so they probably find people delicious. But that doesn't mean, since I'm delicious to a dinosaur, that doesn't mean I want to eat myself now as a human, So, Toymura says, I wouldn't. That would be killing yourself. Yes. So, First Strike, that is definitely an interesting question. It definitely is. So, Sam the Man says, where are these questions that were being asked? Yeah, these are all from Instagram. I posted on my story, like one of those Ask Me Anything things. And so that's where these are coming from Instagram. Yes, sir. So I would not eat myself. I would probably, I don't know what I would do if I was a hot dog. I would probably really enjoy being on one of those spinny things in the gas station that spins around. That's what I would want to do if I was a hot dog. So, Joseph says there's a screen flashlight app for your phone that you can use for your phone as a source of lighting for figures. Yes. Yep, that's a really great thing to use right there. That's a really great thing to use for light painting, actually. Yeah. SSL says, hey, Sirdork, when you doing another toy photographer reaction to toy photographers? Would love to submit another photo. I plan on doing it. Hopefully, we'll be able to do it next Friday. If not, it'll have to bleed into June. But it's on the theme is flowers. So I did reveal all the info about it on the last reaction stream. So it'll be on there. It is on there now. But yes, hopefully it'll be next week. Fred says, would you relish being a hot dog? There you go. So we had a lot of egg-themed puns, and now, in that one stream, and now we're getting a bunch of hot dog-themed puns. It has begun. Sam says, I would be sad as a hot dog. I wouldn't be able to play with my toys. That's true. Well, luckily, none of us are hot dogs. Joaquin says, Sir Hot Dork. All right. Thank you, First Strike, for the hot dog tangent. That was a good tangent. Come on. There we go. So, Dr. Awesome says, have you ever had any dark spots in your toy photography adventure where you wanted to stop or quit? That's a great question. It's a really great question. I've never been at a point where I've ever wanted to stop or quit. Definitely not. I never have. There have definitely been some times where I've been pretty stressed out and just had too much on my plate and have been too ambitious, and where it's been difficult. But I've never been at a point where I've wanted to stop or quit. Like right now, for instance, these last couple weeks I've been really busy and it's been really tough. And I didn't have anything yesterday, and like I was struggling to get to this live stream on time and everything because I had so much, but never got to the point where I ever wanted to quit or anything. But what I have been doing though is when I'm kind of done doing the things I need to do, I haven't been pushing myself to go ahead and do other stuff. I've just been going outside. I just put up a brand new hammock. When I'm done what I need to do, I don't push myself to do anything else. I've just been going on the hammock or just relaxing. So, yes, that's a really great question, Dr. Awesome. And I bet you this does happen to everybody. And I think it is very normal if anyone does get to this point. Fred, have a great night, dude. And RJ Sub says breaks are a must. Yes, sometimes it's really good to have a break, for sure. Last week when I didn't have a live stream or a YouTube video, it was a little bit of relief because I needed a little bit of a break, and so I'm glad I had that break. But I'm also glad I'm here right now. So yes, it's good to take breaks and take things slow every once in a while. And Mao sends in Mao, I'm not sure if you're still here too, but sends in a pretty similar question. Do you pressure yourself into taking photos when you don't have any inspiration, or do you just wait? No. If I never, well, sometimes I do end up putting too much pressure on myself, but I never, I'm as far as inspiration goes, I've never pressured myself into taking a picture of something if I'm not feeling inspired. Most of the time I do feel pressure, but I do feel inspired at the same time. So I still will take the photos if I'm feeling the inspiration. But if I don't have any ideas at the moment, I will. Sometimes if I'm not feeling super inspired, I won't push myself, but I will try to get inspiration. Specifically to find ideas. Like sometimes I'll just stand in front of the shelf and just look at stuff, and sometimes I'll get a great idea and feel inspired like that. So sometimes I will do something to get inspired, but I won't really force myself to do something if I'm not feeling it. Gravelord said, I'm currently out of my dark spot. Watching Sirdork has definitely brought the passion back. Dude, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. Toymurth says, great question. I get a little bummed when my time spent taking shots doesn't seem like it's paying off. Yeah, I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. And I know it might sound silly coming from me because, when I post a photo on Instagram, it gets sometimes, thousands, and that's amazing, and I'm incredibly fortunate to have that happen. But, for multiple years into my toy photography journey, I wouldn't get over 100 likes on my photos. And sometimes I felt super discouraged, super duper discouraged. And especially when I'm like, I would take a photo and I was like super pumped. I was like, this photo is awesome. And it would get like, 45 likes or something. And then I would feel a little bummed. But it did take a little bit to get past that. But I did eventually get past it. I did eventually get over that. For sure. So, yes, I totally get it. I totally get it. But it does go away. Just keep taking photos of stuff you love, and no matter what comes out or what the likes are, you're still getting, even if you're getting like 100 likes or something, that's 100 people. And I'm sure that if you go into your comments or something and you get a comment from just one person, especially somebody you respect and you admire, then that just makes me feel real good. So, yes, for sure. It takes time, everybody. It definitely takes time. Gabriel, have a great night. And Mao, you also have a great night. Thanks for asking the great question. Is this the end of this one? Oh, come on. I keep messing all of these. There's so much I have, like, on this page in OBS that I get. Okay, this is what I should do. If I do this. Oh, that didn't work. Come on! I'm really sorry, you guys. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I got too much stuff on this little thingy that I can't select the right one to move it. I'm really sorry, guys. This is probably not fun. Okay, so now let's see if this works. Nope. Hey! There we go. Okay, so, sorry about that. Sam the Man, these are all great questions. The hot dog one was my favorite. That was your favorite. That was a good one. The Gaming Lizard. Hello. What's going on, man? So, Answerbird says, what favorite type of sushi? I'm not really a massive sushi fan. I mean, I'm not a big... Okay, I won't say I'm not a big sushi fan. I'm not a big fish fan. I don't like fish. Just in general. I don't like any fish at all. Any seafood. But I do like some sushi. I do. There's a lot of sushi that doesn't have any fish in it. So I really like there's like ones with vegetables in it. There's like I really like the peanut avocado roll. I really like that. It's got peanuts in it. That's good. And then you can get some with like tempura in it, like chicken tempura roll. That's really good. There's plenty of great sushi with no I really like the one with the egg thing on top. The big slab of the yellow egg. I really like that one. That one's good. I need a drink. Whew. Joaquin says, I think people are enjoying you suffer. Well, that's great. That's good. As long as you're here and you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters. SSL says, hey Sirdork, when do you think it is a good time to start selling your photos? Or even when did you start selling your photos? I'm thinking of selling them soon, but I don't think I have enough followers. You don't ever have to... There's never a good time or a bad time. I think you can just go for it whenever you want. I think, if let's say SSL, if you waited like a year or so until you had, more of a following, you might have a higher chance of getting sales, potentially, but, excuse me. But there's never a bad time. Go for it. Go for it. And you know what? You can make a little store, like go on Redbubbles, make a store with just the stuff, that they have on there, which is so much fun, by the way. It's fun to do. And then, you know what? You could order one of your own photos. And that's cool. It's like when these came in and I bought these, just look, I was just so excited. I was like, these are so cool. These are mine. Especially if it's a photo I've never seen, in person. It's really cool. And it's very validating to hold one of your own photos in your hand. And sometimes you get like a whole new perspective from it. You look at it and you're like, this looks good. So yeah, you definitely, I say definitely go for it. And you know what's really cool too? And so SSL, if you wanted to go and if you have local conventions or Comic-Cons near you, if you were to get a table at one of those cons, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. Most likely, all those people will never have heard of you. And 99% of the time I've had tables at conventions, nobody knows who Sir Dweeby Dork is. I'm just some dork there with pictures of toys. I'm like, yeah, I took these pictures. They're with toys. They don't know who I am. And that is normal. Sometimes people do, which is actually really cool. But... yeah, and so as long as you just got really awesome pictures and you're selling them and you're showing off your toy photography at a con, doesn't matter how many followers you have, you're probably gonna sell some stuff to people who think it's awesome. So that's a case too. Doesn't matter how many followers in that case. So if you try to do that, that's really fun. But if you do sell stuff at a convention, you do have to pay a little money to actually buy the photos and stuff like that, and get inventory. Fight or Flight Gaming says, where did you get those patches from, Jared? So the patches, the toy photography patches, which I have a couple right here, I think. Do I? These ones. These toy photography patches are from Camera Club. So if you go to, I will show you right now. We're going to go back to Google real quick. Sorry. So if you were to go to let's go to Instagram and go to Camera Club Co. This is where you can get them. So this is their Instagram, and then their website's right here, Camera Club Co. _ and here you go. There's the patch. So this is where you get these awesome patches. They're awesome. They're so cool. And I've seen so many of you guys who have bought them, and the guy who owns this company, who runs this, is like the nicest dude ever. So even more the reason to support and get one of these, because it's awesome. Really, really cool. And when I'm promoting these all the time, I'm not getting any money from these. I'm promoting because I think they're awesome, and just because I like actually believe that they're awesome. So that's why I promote them all the time. Mr. Tang's World, how's it going? Says, okay, well, I see my questions and comments are getting... Oh, Mr. Tang's World, I'm sorry I've been missing them, my friend. I'm doing my best, I swear, I'm doing my best. But, thank you for being here, my friend. And please, send in, if you had any questions that I missed, send them in one more time and I'll make sure I get it. I am genuinely... I apologize, my friend, because I don't want to miss anything, and it's I'm definitely I swear I'm not ignoring anything, but I do every once in a while miss some stuff. So, but yeah, please send it one more time, Mr. Tang's World. Oh, this isn't what I was supposed to go back to. I was supposed to go back to here. But let's see. Pepito Studios says, what's your favorite company for action figures? Favorite company. I mean, I like a lot of them, but I mean, I probably end up buying more Hasbro than anything else. Probably do, but I really love Figuarts and I really love Mafex too. Those are probably my two favorites. I appreciate it, Mr. Tang's World, but still, seriously, if I was missing anything, please send it one more time. I would really would love to answer. That's literally why I'm here tonight, to talk to you guys. Well, you know, Snapphase, it says hard to read while talking. Yeah, but you know what? It's I'm so incredibly grateful just to have you guys here. So like, I really want to get to as many. But Mr. Tangeworld says, Jared, I wanted to know how the outside diorama was holding up, because I'm building one soon for myself that will unveil it soon. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's holding up great. I actually had to move it because I had to mow my lawn and it was kind of in the way. But no, it's holding up great. The moss hasn't really grown as much as I thought it would, but it's holding up great. It hasn't really had any problems. I did have to move it though. Yeah, it's holding up great. I'm excited to see yours though. Yeah, please tag me in that, man. I would love to see it because it's so cool seeing how the outdoor diorama and the moss and stuff looks. I think it's awesome. I'd really love to see that. Joaquin says, have you seen the Mafex Nightwing? Yeah, he looks really great. The one from Hush, right? Yeah, he looks really good. Zion, Extreme Wrestling, how's it going? Thanks for being here. And next is from JR Bonga. Jeff says, how long after you had action figures did you start taking pictures? That's a really good question. I don't think that long. Only a couple months into my hardcore collecting, excuse me. Only a couple months into my hardcore collecting did I really start taking pictures of them. Yeah, I was just like, I've got inspired that quick because I was just excited about these figures, and I was posting like, hey, got a new figure on Instagram, and then that's when I saw what toy photography was and instantly inspired. Instantly. So Steph, hi Steph! I saw the question, I didn't even know who it was from. Hi Steph, thanks for watching. My sister, Steph Boyardee is here. Says, hi, my question is, do you plan to have babies? Yes, we 100% have every intention in the future to do that. We even have if we have a boy, his name will be Floyd. If we have a girl, her name will be Lana. Those are our, so I mean, that's what we're feeling right now, but things could change in the future, but I don't think it'll be anytime necessarily in the super near future, but definitely do plan on it for sure. Mr. Tang's World says, yeah, I've been sick, but down here 40 Oh, we got all natural lights, and it's really awesome in the blue skies and everything in the oceans. Your videos inspire me, dude. Well, that's awesome, but that sounds really, really like super awesome. Like I really can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see it. And he says you need to come here to Florida and take some sweet pictures. I know some good spots here in Sarasota. That's weird. I live right near Saratoga, but now there's a Sarasota. That's cool. I would love to go down to Florida one day. I have been down there once in the past, but next time I do, I would love that. And I definitely need to go to Galaxy's Edge. I need to go to Galaxy's Edge. All right, so that is it for... Whoa. Yes, that is it for these ones. I think I have one more list of questions. Here we go. So Kalizia says, how are you doing? And are you hyped for the new Kenobi series? Where do you find all your figures? Oh, okay, so there's a hidden question in there. Well, there's three. So first of all, how am I doing? I'm doing well. And I'm so incredibly hyped for Kenobi, and it's so close. It's like a week away. Oh my gosh. I can't believe just think about it. Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, an Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show starring Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. We're going to be watching that show in 2022 in a week. How, just think about that. That's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I can't wait. And where do you find all your figures? Kalizia, that's a lot of places. There are so many online stores you can find your stuff, and most of the time when I buy figures, I get them at GameStop or Target or Walmart. That's it, just like that. GameStop, Target, or Walmart. But I do have a whole video on how to find figures, which figures to get. It's called the Toy Photographer's Guide to Action Figures. And it's on the tutorials playlist, also in the Toy Photography Basics playlist. I'll definitely take a look at that one for sure. SSL says, sorry for all the questions, but in the case, what website would you consider using for selling photos? What I'm currently using is Spring. That's what I'm currently using. I really like Spring. I like Spring a lot. And if you go right underneath this YouTube video, and you can see it says like Jared Middleton merchandise. This is all through Spring. So like on that bottom there, you see all this stuff. That's where you can get to Spring, and it's a great site. I like Spring. I would recommend it for sure. Definitely. So next is from Wafius Fan. When is the best time to do toy photography? All the time, or whenever you have time. But my favorite time of day. Oh, you know what? I just took my sandals off and I put them back on the wrong feet. That's embarrassing. But my favorite time of day to shoot is at like right before the sun goes down. You have the magic hour, like not quite sunset, but like right before sunset, magic hour. So that's this time of year it's around like 6:30, 6 o'clock or so. This time of year, for where I am at least, it's different everywhere, different times. That's the best time, I would say. That's definitely the best time. Joaquin says, I'm still processing the fact that we're going to see Darth Maul in live action again. I don't know. I don't think that there's any confirmation that we're going to see Darth Maul again. I mean, I think we probably will, but there's no current projects that have confirmed to have Darth Maul yet. I mean, there was the thing in Solo, but that's it. We're definitely going to see Darth Vader in Kenobi. But there's no confirmation about Darth Maul, which is unfortunate. As much as Darth Maul is like one of my favorite characters ever. Even though I didn't really like how Ray Park looked in Solo so much. But Fight or Flight Gaming says 24/7 for toy photography. Yes. Giuseppe says the best time is when the kids are sleeping. Yes. Oh, Joaquin said the thing where he yelled, Kenobi. Yes, but if you watched very quickly, a few episodes later in Rebels, we saw what happens. But I'm sure we'll see Darth Maul again. I'm sure we'll see him again. Mr. Tank Drill says, I find your lack of faith disturbing on the whole Darth Maul thing. Hey, no, I have faith that Darth Maul will show up. I definitely think he will. There was so much great stuff that happened with him at the end of the Clone Wars that I'm just like, oh, I want to see what happens from then until we see him in on Malachor and Rebels. There's a whole space there. What happens to Darth Maul in between those two? So there's definitely some storytelling that needs to be happening. So who knows? We could see him again. And I bet you we will. But at the time, there are no current confirmed we will see Darth Maul soon. As far as I know, and I usually keep pretty updated. Full 3D, full effect. Have you ever damaged a lens or a camera with fireworks? I've definitely, I've never fully damaged anything, but there's definitely been times where the sparks have gotten too close to the lens and I'm like, ooh. But never has really made any actual damage. The only real major damage I've done to the camera is from water, and broke my camera from accidentally dropping it in water. Yeah. Yep. Joaquin says, I should have said hello there when entering the stream. Missed opportunity. That's okay. You can do it next time. There will always be a next time. Qui-Gon Jinn series, please, says Joseph. Whew. See, as much as I would like, Qui-Gon Jinn is my favorite Jedi and one of my all-time favorite characters ever. But I don't know if a series for him would be all that. I don't know. I just don't know if I would. I feel like that's. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever get one of those. That I don't think. I don't think Liam. Well, I mean, Liam's old, and you'd have to do before. I don't know. As much as I would love that, I don't think that would happen. Unfortunately, Fighter Flight says Ahsoka series. We're definitely getting that. That's for sure. SSL says also, do you print or digital copies? Which one would you suggest? I kind of do both, I guess, because I do have physical copies that I have with me that I can sell and stuff, but I also have my digital store that is on here that's print on demand. But I it's up to you. That's totally your call. I think it's good to start out having like digital on like Redbubble or something, and then print on demand that way, because it's easy. It doesn't cost anything to start. So, even though you can't make quite as much money that way, but there's less risk involved. SSL, if you check out the How to Make Money from Toy Photography video that I put out, I have a whole lot more detail on that in there, for sure. And Go Figure Go says, come on. How pumped are you for ToyCon? He says. How pumped are you for ToyCon? And by ToyCon, he means toys in action. I am incredibly pumped. As pumped as one could possibly be. Like, there's so many great things about it. I mean, I'm also very nervous about it. Considering, we've never created a convention before, so we're learning a lot. And hopefully everything goes smoothly. I'm sure it will. But I'm incredibly pumped. And I'm pumped to meet you there. Go Figure Go. And if anyone else is going, you can meet him there. He's gonna have a table. He's also doing a panel. He's doing a panel on how to create a lot of the props and stuff that he creates. So that's gonna be really awesome. And Joaquin says, "What's your favorite Sith? Who's your favorite Sith?" Darth Maul is my favorite Sith. And okay, this might not work out too well, but I have this really old poster on the wall right there that I've had since 1999. And it's been very damaged. See that poster? Had that for a very long time. It's really damaged, but it is, yes, that is 90s Darth Maul poster. One of my favorite possessions. Yes, Darth Maul is definitely my favorite. RJ says, hey Jared, ever tried using ND filters? If so, what's your opinion on them? ND filters. I don't know what ND filters are. ND filters. I don't know. Or is that the... I don't know. Well, my answer to that would be no. I have never. Oh, Sam the Man says, Sirdork, is there anywhere I can go to find some of your old music? There's a little bit on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, and it might be hard to find. But you know, if Sam the Man, if you send me a message, I'll find a link and I'll send it to you. I'll find a link. Neural density filters. Neural density filters. Is that like a filter in Photoshop? I know I've used the neural filters in Photoshop before. Maybe this is this is where my knowledge of things it really shows, because I don't really have a whole lot. It like unglasses. Oh, they're like sunglasses for your camera. Oh, you know what? I've never used those. I've never used those. And I've been very, very curious about. I've never even looked into them, to be honest. I've thought about them a lot. I'm like, I don't even know what I would use this for, but no, I've never used an ND filter. Should I give it a shot? I'm just not sure what I would end up using it for. But I'm sure there's probably some great use for sure. Steve says ND stands for neural density filters. It's like sunglasses for long exposures and reduce the glare. All right. You know what? I bet you I could really benefit from something like that. So for long exposure, that'd be something really great to do, some like long exposure shot, even when there's some decent amount of light going on. I like it. I definitely that's something I gotta look into. So for sure, it's good to make water look glassy and helps with cut the glare. All right, this is great. Thank you guys. I'm telling you that everything I know about photography is just the stuff I've learned since I started toy photography. You know, so cool. All right. Cobra Captures says, "Have you ever collected Pokemon cards?" Yes, actually, quite heavily for a while. So if you were to scroll way back in the beginning of my Instagram, it was primarily for Pokemon cards several years ago. I played competitively. I played in a league every week. It was really great, and I had quite the think about the coolest collection that you've ever seen of Pokemon cards. Mine was better. Mine was like completely ridiculous, and I was very proud of that. But I actually sold them all recently, and I sold them all, and I got a decent amount of money from them all. It took me a very long time to sell them all individually, but it was a very major contribution to us buying this house. So a very large portion of what we used to buy this house was from my Pokemon cards. So I'm very proud of that story. And I actually sent in all my most valuable cards to PSA almost a year and a half ago, and I still haven't gotten them back. So my most valuable cards are still coming, being graded. So, yeah, I'm excited for them to come in. That's gonna be cool, for sure. Snapface says, start with the 6ND filter. They are good for freezing waterfalls. All right. Thank you guys. I'm going to have to do that because I enjoy shooting that kind of stuff. This is really great. Gravelord says, is a giveaway a bad way to celebrate a follower milestone? No way. You can do whatever you want to do on a follower milestone. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. If that means do a giveaway, you do it. That sounds great. I've done plenty of giveaways when I've reached a certain amount of followers. Definitely. I think giveaways are a ton of fun. They're a super lot of fun. But just when you make the giveaway, I would say, because sometimes if you make a giveaway and it's like, to enter, you must post this on your story and post it on your page and tag through. Because if you're just like asking people too much, people are going to be like, I'm not going to do that. But I usually when I do it, it's just like tag 3 friends below and follow. That's usually what I'll do. But it's a great idea. It's a really great idea. All right, I want to do one more giveaway for these, for everyone who's stuck around. And all right, I gotta think of a question, which I did not think of. All right, gotta think of a question. What is an ND filter? Just kidding. I would lose. Let's see. Okay. What? I gotta think of a question. All right. Question. Crap, I should have thought of a question before I did this. Give me some ideas for questions, guys. Some ideas. Throw me something here. I'm struggling here. I was gonna say, what are my 2 cats' names? But that's really easy. You guys will get that instantly. What year was the first Star Wars movie released? Sirdork trivia, says Grave Lord. All right, you know, I'm just gonna throw something out there. Marvel, DC, you know my cats' names. Okay, what? No, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm thinking. I am thinking here. Thinking of something really good. Okay, I got a good one. This is for anyone who really knows, and I will give the answer. Whoever, even if it's the closest thing, like it doesn't have to be spot on of the answer, but the first person who's close enough, I'm gonna give it to you. So what? So yeah, I obviously toy photography is like a thing that I do, but I do have a day job that I do work normally, you know, just a normal day job. What is that day job? What do I do for a living? Not including toy photography. What is my normal, what's my 9 to 5? What's my thing that pays the bills? Toymirth, you got it instantly, and you knew it. Was it you I was having the conversation with? Was it you? Toymirth? Wow, okay, so yeah. Toymirth says insurance at Maximus. And that is 100% the company that I work for, too. It is Maximus. Toymirth, was it you I was talking to that you knew... Like, that you also worked at Maximus and from a different state? Was it you I was talking to with? Was it you? But yes, Toymirth, you got it. Wow, instantly. Toymirth. Jeez. Yes, I'm a health insurance supervisor at a company called Maximus. AKA Mookidoo says, insurance claims, I would have given it to you, for sure. That was you. I couldn't remember who it was I was talking with one time. I was talking to somebody at work and about it. And yes, so Toymirth, that's you. You win. And so, there you go. Toymirth, send me a message and I will send you 2 things. Firefly says, I'm convinced I'm never gonna win one of these. I'm gonna keep doing these. I'm gonna do different stuff all the time. So don't you worry. Well, Sergeant American is gonna get that Goku tomorrow. All right. Well, he'll says he's gonna get the figure. So that's awesome. That's so awesome, and thank you guys for participating. And so many of you guys got it right. Tanner said insurance. Toy Through Lenses says supervisor. Yes. Sam the Man says, I thought you kept that a secret. No, I mean, I don't talk about it because it's not necessarily interesting. But yes. So, Toymirth, that is you, my friend. So, I've got some stuff to send out. I think I got to get some new envelopes and some new stamps. But these are really cool because they're like floppy like cards, you know. It's awesome. Sergeant America said, it hurt when I saw you throw away the box for him. I did throw away his box. Yes, I did. Because it just takes up space. There's no point in keeping him. Alright, so. Whew. I gotta hurry through the rest of these here. So, what's the craziest thing you've been asked if shooting in public? Oh, that's kind of weird. But the craziest thing I've ever been asked, says James. Thank you, James, for sending it in. The craziest thing I've ever been asked. haven't been asked the whole. Most of the time, it's like what are you doing? And a lot of people will ask if it's stop motion from what I'm doing, which is normal because stop motion is definitely more heard of than toy photography. Craziest thing I've ever been asked. Not a lot of crazy questions. It's mostly just like what are you doing? And they're like, what do you do with it? Like, what do you do after the picture? And like, post it online. That's probably what do you do with it after? Like, what do you do with it? I like it. I like the picture. Yeah. Whoa, Toymer threw away all of my... Oh, except for Hot Toys. Okay, yeah. Wow, you threw away all of your boxes. Did it feel good? Oh, wow. Yeah, even throw away the Figure Arts ones. Did it feel good, Toymer? I bet you it did. But that would probably be the craziest question I've ever been asked in person. Or, well, shooting in public. Oof. TF Soundwave Photography says, Star Wars or DC? Which do you like more? Do I have to answer that? That's tough. I like them both very much. I would say Superman is... I like Superman as a character more than I like any Star Wars characters. But there are some, like Qui-Gon Jinn is a character I do look up to in a way similar to the way I do Superman, but not quite the same amount. Not quite the same. But I don't know. I like them both for different reasons. Like, I don't really read a lot of Star Wars comics, but I love reading DC comics. Right now, I would say, as much as I'm a huge fan of what DC has done with the movies, it's been very slow with DC movies, which is quite unfortunate. So there's not a whole lot of as much of that. So I'm not quite as excited as I normally am, because there's lots of Star Wars stuff coming out. So in the moment right now, I'm in a much more Star Wars mood than DC mood. Superman or Darth Maul, says Torthland. Superman, for sure. Great question. Thank you guys for sending all these questions in. I really do appreciate it very much. Plastic Wars says, can you do another giveaway? I just did a few. And Snap Phase, Sam the Man, RJ Stubbs, Joseph Tamerlo, Joaquin, and Toymirth. Just one. So, yes. For sure. Ooh, SSL says, any chance of getting a Toys in Action in Australia? Maybe one day. I know the CEO of Learning Journeys definitely wants to make these Toys in Action things international. She definitely does. So, definitely. So, I mean, hopefully, but yeah. And the Don Rooster says, favorite Black Series figure or oldest Black Series figure? Actually, the first Black Series figure I ever bought was Darth Maul. And I got him at Toys R Us in Times Square in New York City. And that was the first Black Series I got. And I actually wasn't familiar with the line. I was like, wow, these Star Wars figures are big and they're cool. And I saw Darth Maul there, and I got him. And it's downhill ever since. But my favorite Black Series figure is probably my Patrol Trooper. Or I do have one really old Trooper that I've had for a really long time. I named him Travis the Trooper. Love that guy. Definitely love that guy. All right, and so that's officially all of the questions from Instagram. Thank you everyone who sent all the questions in, and thanks for being here and asking questions on here. I definitely can stick around a little bit more for sure. Stephanie says, Obi-Wan or Anakin? I don't know. I do like both characters quite a bit, but I think I probably like Obi-Wan better. Because actually, when I was growing up, I like Anakin more now as I did when I was a kid, seeing these movies for the first time. Because I appreciate him more just being able to understand. Because I never really related to Anakin growing up. I never really had, I didn't think he was very relatable. Because he whined a lot, and I always thought he was a little whiny. Especially, and I mean, now I understand, and I get why he was angry, and the Clone Wars really helped with that too. But not that I always liked Anakin, but yeah, I didn't like him so much growing up as a kid. I didn't like him, but Obi-Wan, I think for sure. I think so. Sonic Burst says, great live stream. Thanks, dude. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. I'm just happy you're here and you're enjoying yourself. Seriously. But all right. I guess if you guys have any other questions for me or anything else I missed, I would throw them on in there. I'd love to stick around, but and keep asking. But if nobody else has anything else, I guess I don't really have a whole lot more. But yeah, please, I'll throw me some other things in the see if there's anything I missed recently. In the Joaquin says he likes Batman more than Superman. I get that. I get why a lot of people like Batman more than Superman. But I love Superman a lot. Oh, Sergeant American says, are you excited to get this figure arts Batman? You know what? I'm not sure if I'm going to get him. I saw him and I really liked him. I don't know if I will, though. I have a feeling that Mafex will come out with one. I'll probably just get him. Probably get the Mafex one. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. He does look good. Tanner says, hey Tanner, Ewan McGregor was the perfect casting for young Obi-Wan. Yeah, Ewan McGregor. I really like Ewan McGregor. I really like him, and I love just hearing him talk about Star Wars. I just like hearing him talk. I just enjoy hearing him talk, and I love hearing him say Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love hearing him say that, and all the interviews from recent where, especially with Hayden too. I really have been enjoying the interviews that Ewan and Hayden have both been having about their relationship with Star Wars and how much it's changed now since the prequels. I've really been loving that. Comedy Productions says, who's your favorite Star Wars character? My favorite Star Wars character. I don't know if I have one number one. I mean, I really like Troopers. I like to collect them the most. Qui-Gon Jinn is my favorite Jedi. I really like him. Darth Maul, I think, is the coolest looking character, but I think he's kind of a dweeb sometimes, but I do like him like a lot. And there's so many characters. There's so many. Sith or Jedi. I don't think I would want to be either. Being a Sith is just hatred and anger all day, every day. But being a Jedi is just like no attachments. You can't love anybody. You can't get married. You can't have attachments. I have all kinds of attachments. I love a lot of people. I wouldn't want to be either. My favorite Marvel character, says Kevin. My favorite Marvel character is the little alligator from Loki. I like him. No, my favorite Marvel character is Silver Surfer. I love Silver Surfer. Sam the Man says, I'm thinking of trying to find a flea market in my area and see if there's any good figures there. Definitely. Flea markets are so much fun. Definitely. Gravelord says, do you like the Batman Who Laughs comic arc? I plan on doing some dark theme photos with the death metal figures. Definitely. I really enjoyed Dark Knight's Metal and death metal very, very much. I like Dark Knight's Metal more, and they do kind of get a little just ridiculous once you read them. They just go over the top. That kind of happens a lot with Scott Snyder stuff, but still really liked it. Really liked it. Batman is more metal than Superman. I would agree. You're right. I think he probably is. Joaquin says, hey, Mr. Jared Leto. Just kidding. Do you own any lightsabers? Not any. I don't have any full size. I have some mini ones, like Qui-Gon's holding one right there. But I don't own any actual lightsabers. Now I'm not able to catch up with all of them. Marvel, Star Wars, Pokemon, DC. If you had to live with one of those universes, which one? If I had to pick one, I really don't like this question. Sonic Burst. If I had to pick one forever, I would probably choose Star Wars. If I had to pick one, if my life depended on it. But I don't like choosing the one. I mean, between Star Wars, Pokemon, and DC, that's the tough one. Marvel, I would be able to live without. Not that I would want to, but RJ Sub just says R2D2. Yes, he's one of my all-time favorites too. Yes, definitely. When is the cutoff date for the Sirdork Flowers Challenge? Says Tanner. Still have time. I'm. It's my fault for not being able to get my shot out there and put the date and stuff. But It will be of the day of the stream, and I will post it. So hopefully that day of will be this coming Friday. I need to look into it, talk to my dad, and find out when he's coming, stuff like that. Stephanie says Django or Boba. I wouldn't have said this before, but after watching the Book of Boba Fett, I'm gonna say Boba Fett. I really like Tim Morrison's this new age Boba Fett that we have. I like him a lot. I think he's so cool. So definitely. Toys Through Lenses says, what is the picture that was the hardest to take and why? What did you learn from it? Whew. I come back to this photo a lot, but that one photo I did of Aquaman riding the shark, I don't know if anyone remembers that. That was definitely the hardest setup. I had to dangle him on a shark over a waterfall, and it was... what I learned from it? To be more careful and not to drop my camera in the water. And that's how I broke my old camera. The one with the yellow outside, if you remember that. I had one with the yellow outside of it. I'm getting way behind here. Brian says, have you ever looked at any of the High Republic era at all? I did start reading, I listened to the audiobook of the first one, The Light of the Jedi, and I thought it was quite interesting, and I thought it was a cool era, and it was very interesting. But I didn't get through the whole thing, and I do think it's a cool era, and I'm excited for when they do some actual live action stuff for it. Definitely excited for that. Or even animated series, I would love that. Toybox says, question, I shoot 99% in live view when shooting on a sunny day. How do you see? Oh, yeah, that's tough. On a sunny day when you're looking at the screen. I don't really have a good answer for that. Sometimes I will wear a baseball cap. And then if I'm looking at it, the sun will kind of block it a little bit. But it is tough. Yeah, yes, it's tough, man. Toymer says Collector Con is this Sunday in Edison, New Jersey. If anyone is in the area, I remember hearing about that. I'm definitely not going to be able to, but I would love to. Joaquin says everyone probably knows this, but do you know one of the reasons why Maul survived is due to his hate against Obi-Wan and will for revenge? Yes, that's really the main reason he survived. And you know what? I heard a theory recently is that one of the reasons why Darth Maul survived, and this is just a theory, but another reason why he could have survived was the will of the Force and balance of the Force, because the Force will always naturally keep balance. There will always be darkness, and there always will be light. There always will be dark and light forever. And so Darth Maul dying would have really even made it more imbalanced with all of the Jedi, and the only dark side user, I think, at the time, I guess, would be Sidious. So that would make the imbalance even stronger. So the Force decided to maybe keep Darth Maul alive, whatever, and not make the imbalance worse. I think that's a cool theory. I like that a lot. Toymirth says that you would keep the Pokemon universe of all of those. That's so cool. That's really interesting. I know that you're a huge Pokemon fan, man, but I always forget because you don't post it as much. And you know what? I'm a huge Pokemon fan too, and I don't post it as much either. Man, you guys, I am losing here. What time is it? It's 10:45. Okay. All right, I'm gonna grab one more question, and this is from the Crazy Toast 404. And Crazy Toast, I love that name, and I actually haven't seen you at all in here. So it says, "Hi, you are such a positive man, and you have helped me improve my game. P.S. You should do The Witcher 3 toy photography." Thank you, the Crazy Toast. That is really nice. I'm just really appreciative to have you here, and I'm glad to know that I could have helped. And I do have a couple Witcher figures, and I haven't shot them yet, so we'll see. And Joaquin said, didn't Maul build himself metal legs to survive? Maul had quite a few different metal legs in his day. But yeah, he built himself spider legs. Awesome. So good. So awesome. Okay, Toys Through Lenses says, oh my god, did you break your Canon T3? I am sorry. Yes, the camera I did break was that camera. And that was many years back, so a couple years ago. 2020. Okay, so 2 years ago. Okay, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I had a blast on this. Thanks for playing with, thanks for playing the giveaways and stuff. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great night. Thank you for everything. And if you won one of the giveaways, make sure to send me a DM, and I will do my best to get it out as soon as possible. It might be after this weekend, but I will do my best. So, yeah, again, thank you guys. You guys are wonderful. Have a great night. Make sure to stick around to the very end to see all the members through the thing and all that stuff. So, thank you guys. Sergeant American, Stephanie, Toymirth, It's Dupe, Crazy, Toast, Gravelord, Sam the Man, all you guys. Toybox, RJ, Joaquin. Have a great night. See you guys later. That's it. Hey, post-credit scene. Hi guys, look who's here to join. Look who came. He actually came in right after it stopped. Oh, he's getting a little mad. He's getting a little... Sometimes he gets a little moody when, like, he doesn't get exactly what he wants. And what he wanted was to relax. He's being a total jerk. Get out of here, Venom. Well, there you go. Hope that was a good post-credit scene. Hope you enjoyed Venom getting mad, getting all grumpy. Yes. Okay, everyone, have a great night. If you stuck around, thank you for sticking around for the post-credit scene. Okay, see ya. Officially, bye.